rate using their military trained response team as online tracking solution. Call Air Support today at 225-8725 or visit them on Facebook at Air Support.
We are reaching you was already there. Man, we close that door.
Yes, your end-of-week access to fun, dancing, and a great line is coming to you. Every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the most popular sports bars and afterward lining spots across TNT. Gaylan and the Ultimate DJ Shane are working with giveaways.
Gaylan and the Ultimate Rejects. I said, you're taking on the coolness inside here again, or let's kill me with that.
Every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. We're in your area and
No, I ain't taking it.
is sponsored by Karen Rattler. It's that time.
Good afternoon, TNT.
Game time. Game time.
Welcome to Game Time here on Power 2.1 FM.
2 hours of sport talk on a Saturday.
How are you, Chris? Nice, man.
With Mark Anthony.
Coach, thank you for joining us here on Power 102.
With trending sports stories and up-to-date information. Get in the game with Game Time. Game Time. Saturdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 102. Empowering you.
Are the problems and destructive anxieties of today tearing you apart? If there was ever a time to readjust your priorities and refocus your vision, it's now. Join Pastor Wayne Sampson on the Vision for devotional program every Monday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. right here on Power 102 FM. Jesus is the only one who can give you peace in the midst of today's storm.
It's the final extension of Indian Style Expo. Yes, Indian Style Expo at the Big Tent opposite Center of Excellence in Napoleon is definitely closing on September 2nd. Everything must sell. Get up to 80% off. Brand new goods with the latest
Pass a napkin from there one time. A napkin.
jewelry, religious items, and much more. Indian restaurants and refreshments. Links and credit card accepted. Don't miss out on the last chance to visit Indian Style Expo at the Big Tent opposite Center of Excellence Napoleon. Remember, only 7 more days remaining.
Make this school year an epic one with back-to-school specials at Value Optical. Get the coolest eyewear with the very best in lens technology. Discounts up to 50% for your entire crew. Bring your friends and family to enjoy light, intelligent lenses. Visit us in store for details. Terms and conditions apply. Kick off the new term with back-to-school specials from Value Optical. Caring for your eyes. From discovery to colony to an independent republic, Trinidad and Tobago's history is vast, exciting, and provoking, spanning hundreds of years. Take a walk through the trails of our country's past with the story of independence. Featured 4 times daily at 7:35 a.m., 9:35 a.m., 1:35 p.m., and 5:35 p.m. Brought to you in part by TTNA, proudly TNT, Agricola Credit Union, and Blue Waters Juice on Power 102, empowering you.
The promoters of Island Fusion Concert, which was scheduled for August the 31st to 18 at the Jimpia Complex, regret to advise the cancellation of this concert due to technical and safety concerns. In the aftermath of Tuesday's earthquake, expected aftershocks, the promoters believe this is in the best interest of the well-being of patrons at this time. We regret any disappointment and inconvenience caused by this cancellation. Tickets refunds from advertised outlets will commence on Monday, the 27th of August at the outlet where purchased. Tickets purchased from the NLCB outlet will be refunded at Hereford's Bar on Marval Road, that's opposite CMMG. From Wednesday, the 29th of August, then any inconvenience caused is regretted. And for further information, you can give them a call as far as where refunds are concerned. You can call them at 477-1735.
Sexplosion is on Power 102. And now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education
like the best news.
Sexplosion is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m.
I got
and
it the
Fridays
first
from 9
Like
p.m.
best
to
news
midnight
with
with Dr. Raj
feel-
I know the reason.
That wasn't there.
No, that's not the reason.
I feel so too.
No, that's not the reason.
Totally below the waist.
I
It is
felt
not
so
below
too.
the
It
waist.
finally gets to them that they reach the crap.
Yeah, but that's what I've been
Tune in for
so
discussion on all
Of course it
sexual
is.
matters.
Everybody's saying that.
Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Shiva. Big insult.
The other night I sit down and I listen to this song. This song sweet, I know.
What?
This song really nice.
S. Bihari. Hello. Who are you? Shane, how are you?
More people on already?
Ashina, Shane, Shiva, Anthony, Jillian, they're on already. Samantha, how are you, darling? Shobha, Devnarayan, she's on.
How the hell you just control three of them?
Skills, and more
You
skills.
can try them. I can't handle one of them shit.
Eh?
I can't handle one. You handling three of them.
Shiva, where are you, eh? Amara, how are you?
Well, thank you for staying here with us on Power 102.1 FM on a very special nighttime greetings to you. And we do welcome you to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine. And may I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. And a very special good evening to you, my brother.
Pleasant good evening.
You look fresh, according to my granny, you look fresh like a daisy.
No. When you're pushing up daisies, it's because you're dead.
No.
You don't watch Western?
Eh? No, but that was
If you
not-
watch Western, you'll know that. You
Yeah,
know,
but-
when you tell a man he's looking like daisies or he's pushing up daisies, he's pushing it up.
It
You're
looks
dead.
like- So you did see Fistful of Dollars.
I have seen almost every Western they ever made. Twice, 3 times, 4 times, even 10 times.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about
No,
Western.
no.
We're here to talk about, the past week, boy. My God. To all those idiots out there who are attacking me and saying that nobody should apologize for the skit, I wonder how stupid they feel now that the Prime Minister have to apologize.
Oh,
To
that-
all the idiots out there.
yeah.
You know who you are. Those who were calling the program and said there was nothing to apologize for. How do you feel now that your Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, had to apologize? And he went into the whole long skit to understand, and the Honorable Minister also, he had to apologize.
So it was explained to him what.
Well, of course, and that's what we were telling him from the very beginning, and that's what I said on the program. If you don't understand the meaning of that, you will not understand the insult. And all those who call us thin skin and other names,
Yeah.
I wonder how stupid they feel now.
Yeah.
And it should rub into them. I know they're glad that the sex toys things come up and the earthquake and all them things come up. You're hoping people will forget, but I don't forget.
Well, I know you're a person that,
I am not going to forget all the idiots who call here and say that there's nothing to apologize for, it's no big deal.
Well, I know you got a lot of slam for it.
Well, yeah, we got a slam on the program here,
Yeah.
and they're listening tonight. There was one gentleman who keep calling and talk about Hindus and this and that. What do you think now that the Prime Minister had to apologize and go into a long explanation?
Yeah.
How do you feel now? Do you feel like an ass? How do you feel?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, most likely he will call a bit later on.
He maybe can't sleep since then till now. So I've gotten that off my chest because I wanted to, and I had to because I was waiting to say it,
Yeah.
and I have the power to say it because this is my program and I'm on the air now. And if you don't like it, switch it off and go and sleep. Of course, we're here to talk about sex, and I know everybody waited to hear the juicy news about the ban on sex toys and all these things.
Yeah. Well,
But before that, I am happy that all our listeners and all our citizens are alive.
yes.
Before we go into anything else, even the idiots out there,
Oh, I didn't mention
I am
you.
very happy that they're all alive
Yeah.
because there was no death attributed to the earthquake. I know it was a very scary thing, and anybody who said they weren't scared with that earthquake, something wrong with them.
Believe me. Yeah. It's
It's not a nice thing to stand up at. Well, I have experienced earthquake in Trinidad, in California, because I'm in California all the time. But this was the worst.
The last one I experienced, I was in Rio Claro, as a matter of fact, and
I remember that one.
Yeah, I was. It wasn't that.
I remember that. That was a big one. I was about 5 years of age.
Well, we were about the same age.
Nah, you couldn't be 5. You were about 15.
Yeah. No, but this one that happened, it's the first time.
You actually saw the ground moving?
No, my air condition jumped out of the wall. Jumped out of the wall. A little bit, and I was at the end of the bed. A little bit again, it would have fallen on top of me.
Oh my God, you don't want that.
It just kicked off.
You don't want that. I heard it coming because I usually hear earthquakes. I don't know why. I pick up on earthquakes very easily. I hear it coming, the rumbling and that humming sound. It sounds like a big truck, and you hear this whistling sound behind it. And I was like, oh my God, earthquake. And I was running inside to tell my wife, earthquake. And as I got into what they call the sill, the door sill, I had to stop, and the whole place was just rocking. And I told my daughter and my wife, come downstairs now.
But the experience that I had,
but it was frightening.
But when it started,
you know that little lull you had between the soft one and the hard one.
Yes, a little 2
that
seconds.
was the easy way.
A little.
It wasn't 20 seconds. It was less than that.
2 seconds.
Oh, 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
2
God.
seconds.
So, folks, I'm happy everyone is alive, even those critics and those persons out there who like to call and find fault with my race and religion. Too bad. But I'm glad you are alive, because it is something else. And I wouldn't want to experience that again, but of course it could happen. The possibility exists. Could you take that off? That light is in my eye. That's what I'm missing. No, to the front. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not going to bother you though.
No.
We're just adjusting something in the studio here. Yeah. Well, of course, I got back home on Friday, had program on Friday night, if you recall. That's when the person called and was talking about Hindu and whatnot. And, well, the news broke. Well, not the news broke. The circular was sent out to all importers, including, well, if you have ever brought in anything into the country through a courier service. And I want to explain this. You would know the problems that you go through, especially with adult items. I know, because I've been doing this for over 25 years. I know how many times customs have seized my goods. So, when I saw it, I didn't take it on. I said, well, that's a normal thing. I know that for a fact. But when I started to get phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, and people were making comments, and there were articles appearing in the newspaper, and then I had to do articles also, because people were calling me for interviews and whatnot. I realized that, hey, people really need the education in this thing. They don't understand what is happening. First of all, the courier service did not create false news and did not do anything wrong. If you come by me and I have a door that isn't opening, or it could fall off the hinge, and I put a sign, please do not attempt to open this door, it could fall on you. That's your right for me to inform you, and that's my right to inform you. Isn't that so?
Oh, correct, yeah.
So if I am a customer of the courier service, and they know for a fact that when things come into the country, they're taken by customs, and you get a seizure notice, and seizure means they're not giving it back to you, right? It is prudent on the courier service to warn you, to tell you, hey, don't bring things of this description, because it will be taken from you. And that is what a responsible business does. So anyone who is blaming the courier service for putting out false news, they're totally wrong. The courier service had all right to inform their customers that you cannot bring in these items, have them under these labels, especially adult toys, because you are going to lose it. That's first and foremost. So let's establish that. And anyone who could dispute, who wants to dispute that, call me. Let's debate it. Because that's the responsibility of a good corporate business. Secondly, no matter what you send or what description you put as a person of an item going to the courier company, because of 9/11, every box that goes onto a plane is scanned. Even your suitcase. For those of you who travel, you will see sometimes your suitcase was open. You could have whatever lock in there. If you have a lock that TSA cannot open, they'll cut it open. they will cut it open. That's why they tell you use a TSA lock. A TSA lock, the guy who's sitting doing that there, he has a TSA key. And that key could open any lock that you put on a suitcase. A lot of people don't know that.
No, didn't really.
When you're buying a suitcase, look for the TSA sign on the lock.
Never thought about that.
Well, I'm teaching you this, but this program is about educating the public. So we're educating them. If you have a suitcase that has, you know them long time suitcase, I talk about the grip, eh? Well, grip used to have that. Where you have three dials to digits to dial, and you dial it on this side, and dial it on that side, and lock. Or briefcase used to have that. Customs, CBP officers will cut that. And they could cut it. That's their right. So you buy a TSA lock, or you get one of those digital locks that says TSA, and you'll see a little keyhole. They have a key for that. So those who don't know, you know now. When your luggage goes into that back room and the conveyor belt, that don't go onto the plane, you know. That goes into a room, pass through a scanner, an x-ray machine. It goes into another room where people are there just randomly taking suitcases and opening them up and check everything in it. And then when you open your suitcase later on at home, you'll see a big blue paper opened by CBP. They put a paper in it and they close it back. They pack it back exactly how you pack it.
Oh.
Yeah, they're that good. They're that good because believe me, I know. When a box is sent to your courier service in the United States, and everybody have a skybox, don't feel the same thing isn't done. The very same thing is done because it has to go on a plane. The very same thing is done. They don't cut open the box. Or they could cut open the box if they want to. What they do is they scan it. And everything that they see in that box, a photograph is taken out. People don't know that. A photograph is taken out and they see the item. And they put their label based on the items they see. But in America, adult toys is no big deal. So the guy who is doing that, and I want people to understand this, you know, because I'm planning to do a whole series of educational, informational things so that people understand that. That was bad English. That was really bad, Raj. I'm planning to do a series to educate the public about this piece of information. Right. So, that box is now labeled adult toys, sex toys, toys for sex, whatever. The document comes into Trinidad before the plane lands or the ship comes into port. The custom officer goes through it beforehand with the broker, and the tariffs are applied to items like, so if you bring a stove, a watch, a TV, a icy hot, whatever, tariffs are applied. The minute they see adult toys, go so. That means put it in the bond. They send you a notice. Please come and explain what this is. Well, I have fed up going on here. You meet a good officer, you meet an officer who understands things, and you say, hey, Dr. Raj, is you white? Guys, okay, go ahead. And next person will say, well, explain these things for me. Well, this is for this. This person has to use this. This is why we bring this in. Either sell these items at my store, blah, 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 blah. They charge you, and you're gone. So I've paid my duties. Another officer now, who comes there, and he may be looking for something. She might be vexed. She might get sex the night before. She will come and say, no, them thing ban. You can't bring in that. Sorry, season that. And they'll give you a paper written in red ink. Your name is at the top, because of course you have imported the item. They'll quote section 7801 of the Customs Act, which means to say they can seize your toys or seize your whatever. And they give you a document saying they have seized 1 box of sex toys, 2 boxes of sex toys, 10 boxes of sex toys, or adult toys. And they'll put the exact description. And that document is given to you. So when I hear the Honorable Minister of Finance on television Tuesday night or Tuesday during the day saying that there's no such thing, he's sleeping under a rock. The Honorable Minister is sleeping under a rock, and all the PNM people out there who vex died in business. He don't know his from his Because if I'm a minister and I'm seeing that, I will call Customs Division and say, this thing is making a furor in the country and I want to make a statement on it. Is it true what you all are doing? And somebody there will say, well, yes, Mr. Minister, we seize these things under so-and-so section because we consider it to be indecent. And then he will get vexed and say, well, hear what? Them things not indecent. Because there's no law in Trinidad for that. And many times I've challenged them, you know. Many times I've challenged custom officers and say, well, show me why is this indecent? Prove to me it's indecent. But of course they have the authority because the box is in front of them, not in front of you. And for all the importers out there, they will know what I'm talking about. And when you go to the tribunal, CPI, there's about 5 of them sitting across from you and they were trying to intimidate you and make you look stupid when all of them stupid the same way. Many times I have to correct them. One of them tell me, since time immemorial this law here. I say, you don't understand what time immemorial is, or? I say, you can't quote time immemorial with a law that was passed in 1800. You don't understand what the word time immemorial means. Well, he hushed him out one time. There was a lawyer sitting there too. I just put them in their place. Well, of course, they will feel unmanaged.
It's a no-nonsense approach.
They will feel unmanaged or whatever, but I know I'm not going to get it anyway. So I will tell them whatever I have to tell them, respectfully, but I'll make them feel like a fool, because they are. You're interpreting a law based on your feelings, you know. Based on your feelings. And that's what they do. So, they will sit with you there. And so the last time I met with them, which was earlier this year in May, I told them, I said, here what? I fed up at this thing. I go into the High Court. You know what one of the lawyers, one of the custom officers told me? Please do, we want clarification on this. We wish you really do that.
What do you think one is? So they themselves...
They don't know.
Exactly
they don't know. And I will challenge any one of them, any custom officer listening to me tonight, or they challenge me with that. And I will show you. Any officer, they don't know. They really don't know. Many persons have called me since Monday till now, saying that when they come through the airport with their own personal thing, custom officer will take it out and hold it up so and say, what are you doing with this in your bag? And they'll seize it. Embarrassing people when they have no right to do that. No right. You're not breaking a law, you're not killing somebody, this is for your personal use, you know, mister. When I prescribe something for, I have the authority to prescribe something, you know. In case all you don't know, you know. I'm not a sexologist by letters, you know. And Dr. Raj is not a sobriquet, you know. That's my qualification. So when I go there and sit with them, I don't sit down with them on equal terms. I know more than them. When a woman needs a particular device, or a man needs a particular device, they need that. They can't tell me otherwise. They're not qualified to tell me otherwise. And many times I tell them that. I say, you're not qualified to tell me that this is indecent. You're interpreting a law based on your feelings, not a ruling. Interpretation of the law is based on how the person gets up in the morning, or if they like you, if they don't like you. That's how they interpret the law. That is wrong interpretation, and I'll fight them to the end now. Because come the May month when I told them that, but I have a lackadaisical lawyer who didn't care, got documentation, everything for him, and I couldn't get in touch with him from then till now. He just sent me a text message 2 days ago. From then till now, I couldn't get in touch with the lawyer. Try all how to get in touch with him. Got documents for him, everything. Because I wanted to go High Court. And he grand charge and said, we go in High Court. But then this broke. But you know, whenever there's injustice in this world, something comes along to bring everything to the forefront, you know. I have seen that many, many times, you know. That's why I'm a firm believer in Sanatan Dharma, you know. That's why I'm a firm believer in my religion, you know. I am firm in that belief. Look, somebody who knows what's happening with TSA says there is a TSA agent sitting and looking at the X-ray screen that every piece of luggage goes through, and he works at the airport in the US. This person. So, when I say something, I don't just say it, you know. I mean it. And anybody who knows me know I'm like that. I'm fearless when it comes to those things. So, when the matter came to the forefront, Monday, I got calls from persons who were willing to stand up with this thing now and deal with it. They said that, "Here what, Raj, we going head on with you." So I retained a team of lawyers, not one, a team, and they wrote a letter to Customs asking for clarification. We haven't gotten back anything in writing yet, which we need to get. And then we have other steps that we're going to take. And this is going as far as the Privy Council. But I'll tell you something. It ain't reaching the Privy Council because Privy Council already threw them thing out. All those laws that they're quoting already thrown out by the Privy Council. So we are reaching there. We're reaching the High Court of Trinidad. And I want all the listeners and all the viewers and everybody who's in agreement that you should not take away the fundamental right of an individual for self-pleasure or to buy a toy, whether it be for therapeutic reason, medical reason, pleasure or comfort. You should not sit in a room and dictate that a person should have that in their bedroom. This is not cocaine and gun. This is not marijuana. This is not a weapon. This is something that somebody uses for their own comfort. There are many women out there who do not want to horn their husband. There are many men out there who do not want to go into a relationship with someone. They're afraid of STDs and STIs. And they don't know how to talk to a woman, so they want to buy a sex doll. And you're telling me, you sitting in a room and say, "You can have that because I don't like it"? Or yours might be better than my own. You can have it. It comes like somebody telling you which car to buy, what watch to wear. And this is a basic fundamental human right, and the World Health Organization has recognized that sexual health is an important and integral part of a human well-being. And if the World Health Organization could recognize that, none of them little pipsqueak in customs could say otherwise. But I face them every year. I've never vented that before, but now I'm venting it. I want people to know that. And I'll tell you another thing, and I hope people put sense into nonsense. If an item, if this is a sex toy, and I'm selling this sex toy for $1,000 to you now, and you go on the internet and you could buy this for 500 TT conversion on the internet, I could sell you for this item for that same 500 less a dollar. The same item, because nobody gets a better price than me, because I deal with every one of the manufacturers of these things. I'm recognized outside. In Trinidad, people might say whatever they want to say, but when I go outside, I'm not treated like this. I go to any one of those conventions and anything, all the manufacturers of these products, I get preferential pricing. If an item is sold to you for $20, when Dr. Raj returned for them is $8. And I want you all to know that I could sell those items cheaper than you could buy it on the internet in Trinidad if we don't have to go through what we go through with custom officers. So there's a benefit for every citizen in this country. When you're accustomed buying a pump for $2,000, that pump now will be $999. I can guarantee you that. I've been asking for a list since 1984 till now, 34 years now. Give me a list of what I could bring into this country. Well, we have no list. So the one time they tell me, "Well, why don't you bring in some item as a sample?" You know they charge me when I bring in the sample? The officer who tell me to do that, turn around and say, I never tell him that. He died like a simp. And everybody out there who knows that a simp is, they don't know how he died. He turned around and charged me.
And he's the one that gave you the...
He told me to bring the items as sample. And turn around and charge me. That's why I tell you, we have some people who are in authority in this country that are nasty and wicked. They are nasty and wicked. I know I'm going to get pound, every time I go through customs now. I did it. What I do, I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide. Every shipment I bring in now, they're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I have nothing to hide. My lawyer's ready for all you. They're ready for you. Because I am fed up of this. I am totally fed up of this. You have people who legitimately need things in this country, whether it be for comfort, pleasure, therapy, or medical use, and can't get it. And why should I deny you the right to go into a store and buy an item that you're going to take home in the privacy of your home, the privacy of your toilet, bathroom, bedroom, to use that instrument because you want nobody see you using it? Why should I deny you the right to do that? But some man in our office or woman in our office will say, nah, you can't bring that in. That is against the law. But what law? There's, according to the, well, the only correct thing the Honorable Minister said, there's no law on sex toys. When the laws were written for this country, sex toys did not exist as a commercial product. It existed as something that you'll go and buy a vegetable or something, or a phallic object and use it. But sex toys as a commercial enterprise did not exist. So you can't write a law for something that is in the future?
Yeah. That's putting the cart before the
But I fed up telling them these things. And you have you have qualified lawyers working for customs, and they're sitting down there and watching you and saying, no, that's not so. It is indecent. I wonder what kind of brain them have. What sort of brain you have? You went to school but you learn nothing? Where your common sense? According to my grandfather, you could have all the brain in the world, but you have common sense. You're stupid, you know. Because he never see the frame of a door in a school. And nobody could have beat him in anything. Common sense. But the point is, they're taking away people's fundamental right to their own pleasure, however they see fit. There is no clear-cut law or rules in the bringing of these items. My good friend Shiva will tell you that how many times I've been fighting this and how much time I've been talking about this. Oh, get a prescription and bring it. But I write prescription, I can write a prescription for it. But would they allow me? No. But then you have a minister coming and saying, there's no law against these things. So why they take me goods? If there's no law against it, well, let the state pay me for all the goods they take. If there's no law, somebody doing something wrong. All you're robbing me. The state is robbing me. Boy, I tell you, this place, the tail as we wagging the dog, you know.
Okay, but let me ask you, when these items are seized, what becomes of them?
Go and ask them. Go and ask them where they sell it. Or where they. Go and ask them. Nobody ever sees it anymore. You don't see a big bonfire like you see in other countries where they're destroying it. Or destroying seized items. Contraband items, when they get these things in other countries, they just destroy it in public view. You ever see that in Trinidad? You ever see that in Trinidad?
No, not Trinidad.
Oh, they'll tell it in a warehouse somewhere, but they can't find it.
Or rat take it.
A rat take it. The rat has been moving on 4 wheels with a trunk. But I tell you.
Anyway, folks, taking our time is now 28 minutes before 10 o'clock, and just to remind you that you are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine. Yeah.
So, I plan to take this as far as it's going to go.
Okay. Yeah.
I know there'll be repercussions. I know they're going to try to come down on me in every way possible. But I don't care. I'm fed up.
So you're running for the whole month.
But you know the funny thing about it is all those persons out there with stores, the 22 stores they have in Trinidad, nobody, well, with the exception of 2 persons, nobody supported me. You know. They all waited to see what Dr. Raj will do and then ride me back. Bunch of cowards you have out there. All of them always see talking big, oh, we're going to form an association, we're going to form a group, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. None of them are doing nothing. Bunch of cowards. Every one of all you.
So what you're saying is that you're not really getting the full support?
No, I don't have their support. They're just waiting to see what I will do, and they'll ride my back. All of them. They've been doing that. I'm the pioneer in this business, you know. I started this business, you know. Nobody could lay claim to that in this country, you know. absolutely nobody could lay claim to starting the sex industry or the sex business in Trinidad but me. And everybody piggyback on me. And everybody does everything based on what I do. Follow fashion. But not one of them will stand. They wouldn't come and say, look at $10, boy, fight the case. I ain't asking for no money, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know.
No. But you're just asking for support.
You even get, with the exception of 2 persons who scared like hell, are getting support from general public with people who have lost stuff, eh? But those who are in the business of it, who listens to this program and get information to go and tell the people in the store and pretend that they know, they're knowledgeable. All you. What all you doing to support this and make all your business prosper? Because at the end of this, all your business will prosper. Because I don't care if you go and open a business after I make this clear. And there are many people who warn me, well, Raj, don't fight this, because when you fight it and make it open for everybody, everybody want to jump on it. So what? But they can't be me. They could never be me. And I don't follow nobody. And at the end of the day, I am the authority on this, and I could get, if they could go and get a product for $10, I could get for $5. How you beating me? But level the playing field, eh? Level the playing field and see if I cut all your tails. Every one of all you. I'll make you, I will bring it so cheap that it's better if you buy it from me than to bring it in the country. Because remember, when you buy an item, listen to what I say, you know. If you see an item on the internet, and I'm going to use US dollars and TT dollars. If you see an item on the internet for $100 and you multiply that by 6.8, that's $680. Listen to what I'm saying carefully. Eh? $680, you have to pay freight to come into the country. You have to pay tax. So you end up paying about $850 for that item. So you paid $100 US, eh?
Right.
I could guarantee you're getting it for $99 by me.
That's a big jump in price point.
Well, I could guarantee you that.
Really?
You show me any price on an item somewhere, and I will show you I could bring it in at $1 less than that price that you've seen it for. I could guarantee you that. Anything you see on eBay, Amazon, resellers, jobbers, or whatever, come to me. I will show you that item. You get it in my store without you paying any duty,
Free.
air freight, sea freight, or whatever else. And you get it for $1 less.
So, in other words, what you're doing is putting yourself in a position you don't even have to order it overseas.
Hear this now. The things I could do if it is clear cut, people in this country will ball. You know, at one time it was cheaper to buy a TV in Trinidad than in the US. That is how sex toys will be in this country. It will be cheaper to buy it in Trinidad than anywhere else.
Than imported.
If I show you the prices I could get things at, it'll make all them importers out there squirm, you know.
But I could just imagine,
because none of them gets my price. None of them. Even if they go to the same company I buy from, they cannot get my price. I established in this thing 30-something years away, you know. I have longevity there, you know. I could walk up to any one of them and say, okay, what is my price? That is your price for the public. But what is Raj Ramnanan price? What is Dr. Raj price? I don't ever buy anything at a regular price. You know. I always tell people that, you know. I don't ever buy anything at a regular price. That is for people who don't know. That is for people who don't know what to do. I get it at the very best price.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 21 minutes before 10 o'clock. Inside Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, the guru of sex education, the only one in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. Well, I'll tell you what we are going to do is take a break, and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Good and well, good.
It's that time.
Good afternoon, TNT.
Game time. Game time.
Welcome to Game Time here on Power 2.1 FM.
2 hours of sport talk on a Saturday.
How are you, Chris?
Nice one. With Mark Anthony Scott and Chris Sion. Listen for the latest in the world of sport.
Welcome again, Coach. Thank you for joining us here on Power 102.
With trending sports stories and up-to-date information.
You and I were footballers, you can't talk about football. You have to play the game and win the game.
Get in the game with Game Time. Game Time. Saturdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 102. Empowering you.
Are the problems and destructive anxieties of today tearing you apart? If there was ever a time to readjust your priorities and refocus your vision, it's now. Join Pastor Wayne Sampson on the Vision for Devotional program every Monday from 5:30 to 6 a.m. right here on Power 102 FM. Jesus is the only one who can give you peace in the midst of today's storm.
It's the final extension of Indian Style Expo. Yes, Indian Style Expo at the Big Tent Opposite Center of Excellence, Mokoye is definitely closing on September 2nd. Everything must sell. Get up to 80% off. Brand new goods with the latest variety of ready-made garments, handicrafts, footwear, jewelry, religious items, and much more. Indian restaurants and refreshments. Links and credit card accepted. Don't miss out on the last chance to visit Indian Style Expo at the Big Tent Opposite Center of Excellence, Mokoye. Remember, only 7 more days remaining.
Make this school year an epic one with back-to-school specials at Value Optical. Get the coolest eyewear with the very best in lens technology. Discounts up to 50% for your entire crew. Bring your friends and family to enjoy light, intelligent lenses. Visit us in store for details. Terms and conditions apply. Kick off the new term with back-to-school specials from Value Optical. Caring for your eyes. Mondays on Power 102 FM, The Business Corner. 60 minutes of news, analysis, and discussion about money, entrepreneurship, and work. And for those with ideas for a startup, solid tips and advice about the way forward and building the brand. From companies to currencies, investments to the role of information technology. The Business Corner with communications and business consultant Sandrine Rattan. Mondays at 2 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you. In association with the Kariri Business Hatchery. From discovery to colony to an independent republic, Trinidad and Tobago's history is vast, exciting, and provoking, spanning hundreds of years. Take a walk through the trails of our country's past with the story of independence. Featured 4 times daily at 7:35 a.m., 9:35 a.m., 1:35 p.m., and 5:35 p.m. Brought to you in part by TTMA, proudly TNT,
Rodney, how are you?
Credit Union, and Blue Waters Juice on Power 102, empowering you. Sexplosion is on Power 102 and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, taking our time, it's now 17 minutes before 10 o'clock. Trinidad and Tobago, #1 nighttime program when it comes to sex education. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center. Well, here's where we give you the opportunity to interact with Dr. Raj. I'm going to give you a couple of numbers. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a text message or a WhatsApp message, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. Once again, just to remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
You know, when we are done with this, people are going to see the incompetence that we have in these institutions now. They're going to see how incompetent these persons who are supposed to be there to do their jobs are. And that's where the problem lies. Your interpretation of something, your personal interpretation of something that is not rooted in the law, because you have authority and you have a uniform. Because you have a uniform and authority, you could terrorize people. And that's terrorism. Causing me to have to leave my office and come down there to answer a question, and you have 4 people, 3 people, 5 persons sit down in front of you, like if it's some big, like if you're in jail,
Oh,
and making you feel as though you do something bad.
if you're on trial.
Yeah, that's how they make you feel. And before I used to be intimidated in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s, my first charge was in 1984. It's not today.
So you've been going through this battle
Every year.
for years then.
Every single year for 1994 till now.
And for that period of time, you still things haven't really settled. as
From
far as
that time till now, no one has an answer, a proper answer to give. And I'm sure if you examine it carefully, you're going to see why. It's not my place to say why, but you're going to see why if you examine it carefully.
I tell you,
There are persons who use it for their own advantage.
it's a real uphill struggle.
It is. But thank God I have the support of a good team of lawyers. I have some very loyal friends who have stood by me since Monday till now. And I think they're going to leave my side. I just see my good friend Shiva Gobind, who's also an importer, said that he's going to support me. And he didn't even have to say that. I know he will. He's a friend. There are some people who are friends, and there are some people who are acquaintances. But I'm not looking for friends. I am looking for people to say, here what?
To get a solution.
I don't like Dr. Raj. I don't like his attitude. I don't like his temperament. I don't like nothing about him. But what he's saying is the truth. And I'll stand up for the truth. That's what I want. I want people to say, you see that fella? I just listen to the program and think, I like him. And I think it's wrong for someone to trample on my basic right to buy a toy. So I go support him. I want person to say, I wonder what Dr. Raj saying is true, boy. I feel he lying, you know. Let me go and investigate this thing properly and forget what everybody else said. And go and investigate and discover the truth and say, boy, I go support that man.
What is saying making sense?
I want people to look at what I post up, what I've been saying. When you have the Honorable Minister saying that there's no such law, and I could show you a document that says adult toys seized. And then you say, oh, he truthful, boy. The minister, you know what he's saying? Does a fella know what he's saying? I go support him. I want a PNM person who fighting for the government all the time, saying the government doing crap. The minister talking crap. I go support that fella. I belong to no political party, so don't get tired. That is what I want. I want people who believe that although me are going and buy no sex toy, or what people do in the privacy of their business, their bedroom is their business.
Is their rights.
And if they want to go and buy a doll, if they want to buy a pump, if they want to buy a penis, if they want to buy a vagina, let them have the freedom to do that. I will support Dr. Raj. So far, that's about 2/3 of the population. I want all the religious heads in this country, some of whom are my client, to sit back and say, Dr. Raj has always been truthful. And he's a no-nonsense man. And I know him to be a no-nonsense man. And what he's saying there, I am going to back him up. I'm not going to be vociferous about it because, you know, when the church get involved in them kind of thing, it could have a different spin.
What is yes, well, of course.
But I think what he's saying makes sense, and I'm going to support that. So right now we're up to 5/8. Now about a little more than 5/8.
A little more.
Yeah. That is the support I want from people out there. So we reach up to about 7/8 of the population. Because let me reach to 3/4. Because you have that segment of the population that are too young to make a decision,
Yeah.
and those who will be against it. But so far, I haven't heard anybody against it. And I must say that. Kudos. I have not heard, except for one caller on this radio program, who was, when I came in here, when was it?
Last week?
Tuesday. No, Tuesday during the day I did a program too with Stanley Augustus. I've been on almost every radio station, you know. Radio. Today I did one on 103.1 FM with Anil Beam. I did a thing for Loop TT. I have been on almost every radio station. I'll be on Morning Brew next week, Thursday or Friday morning. Because I was supposed to be on this morning, but he must say she don't want to cut it short because there's something that they have to do with the earthquake. Come next week. I don't mind.
So
I'll
basically,
be on Senior and MG.
so basically what is happening is that you are getting full support.
I am getting support from the media.
And from the media, that gives you an extra drive as well. Seeing that, you know, they're standing up behind you.
My friend Courtney says the writing, my friend, you know, when you give someone a badge and give them some authority, they believe that they can do anything. Keep on fighting. But that's true. That's true. In this case, I could tell you, in this case, that is true.
So you're going right down to...
I am going down to the end of it. Either I win or lose. And I don't think I'm going to lose because I'm not fighting a losing battle. I'm not the kind of person that take up a battle or take up a fight that I'm going to lose. I am not that kind of person. Legally, we know what we have. We don't have a plan that ends today, you know. We don't have a plan that if customs come and say, here what, Dr. Raj, look back, you're good, shut your mouth. That I'm going to shut up, you know. We are going to go the distance wherever it takes us. If it have to reach Parliament where somebody is going to say, here what, let's change the laws. Let's make new laws on these things.
Yeah.
Even if it have to reach there, we are going to go the distance. And you know the Parliament is the highest law of the land, eh?
Anyway, folks, taking your time, it's now 9 minutes before 10 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. Only sexologists in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan. And just to bear in mind, our lines are open. And for those of you who would love to interact with him, maybe you have questions dealing with sex, feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Now, for those of you who are sending in text messages and WhatsApp messages, you can also do that on his private mobile at 740-1961. You can also send in messages on our website at Power 102FM. We will receive and air it for you. Yeah.
Wicked Angel say, well, she supported me 100% because it came up in her job, and even users and non-users of this, you know, take that call.
Yep. Hi, hello, and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Good night.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, Dr. Raj, John around you're going straight and you're forward, and since I'm a Ryan boy, you're going straight forward and custom ready to take advantage of the situation. And John, then I will continue to support you. God is love.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot. I got a message here on, well, it deals with a sexual problem.
Well, of course, this program is about sexual
Yeah,
problem. Let's
and
get to the problems.
This one is from Crystal. Crystal is saying, my clitoris got huge, but now it's less sensitive. When a man enlarges his penis, does it also becomes less sensitive?
No, it generally would not become less sensitive. I don't know why your clitoris got less sensitive, because if it, now you have the same amount of nerve endings because you wouldn't be creating no more nerve endings. But maybe whatever caused your clitoris to get bigger might not be the right things that you were using. I suspect it's something that I know what she did. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I suspect it's that. And if it's that, I understand why you lost sensitivity. It's the same thing that happened with men when they use that product.
Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah.
But that's not for enlargement, that is for something else.
Don't forget, folks, our lines are open if you would love to interact with Dr. Raj, 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Knowledge and experience. This is what it's all about when you're thinking in terms of sex education. Yeah.
So, persons must understand that this is not about sex toys, first and foremost. This is about people's right, and this is about advantage that has been taken, who have been perpetuated on our citizens for years. For years. And everybody had to take it, hush them out, take the licks and walk out.
And move with it.
Because of interpretation and wrongful interpretation of something. No clear-cut guidance. Now, I don't blame the custom officer, and I want to make this perfectly clear. For I don't blame them when they have to implement a law, enforce a law. But I always ask, what did I do wrong? Tell me. Put it in writing, and you know they don't ever put anything in writing.
No, they don't.
Put it in writing. Tell me what I did wrong. They can't do that.
Okay, well, tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Yes, Junior?
Your family.
Yes, family. I wonder if we can do something locally, if our local creative people will be able to do something in that area, because the Chinese do things, but sometimes they make inferior products.
Could I stop you?
Yes.
There's a Trinidadian guy by the name of Lawrence Mark who invented a sex toy. Right? Of course, it cannot be manufactured in Trinidad for international standards. So he went outside of Trinidad to have the item manufactured. Right? Do you know he will have problems to bring that product into Trinidad? And he's a Trinidadian who have invented a product?
Yes, it would be hard.
So that's how bad it is. But yes, we are very inventive people. That's why we know to pull out a stem of a ripe breadfruit and have sex with it.
Yes.
That's why we know to drill a hole in a fig tree or whatever else and do it. That's why women have been using baygan and lauki and carrots and things for years, and cucumber. But there's a danger in using those things because there are pesticides and fungicides and poisons that are on these things. And the vagina is very absorbent, and it could break off into the vagina and cause harm to the person or the anus. And you shouldn't be using a vegetable to have sex with. So, the bottom line of all this is, yes, we are very innovative people. We create mass. And I don't mean mass in sense of confusion. I mean mass for carnival, costumes. We are great at that. Junior Saldana Father was one of the best. So why can't we make a dildo or a vibrator? But you'll have to import the parts to make the vibrator work.
Import the parts.
Yes. Okay?
We're creative, yes.
We're very creative. So let's
I
take...
hope you could get in that area, yeah.
Well, I've been trying. Let's take that other call, please, Junior.
Right, thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome,
family,
sir.
Hi, hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Could you just pull the volume down on your radio a bit and listen to us on the phone? Thank you very much. Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
I was listening to Dr. Raj and his comments and the aggressive behavior of some of these officers, because I'm unimportant. And I want him to understand the power of a what is known as a customs officer or the controller of customs.
No, I don't have tremendous power. They don't answer to nobody. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying that he has the authority to enter any building without a search warrant.
I know that. I am well aware of these things. They have...
Once he suspects, the word is suspect, he can put his officers and he can lock down your building and for days. And he says, actually a controller of customs told me that. He said, I can go in any building without a search warrant.
Well, that's why police long ago used to use customs officers to go and raid places.
Yes, yes.
It was done long ago. Do you think I don't know all these things?
Yes.
I'm well aware of what I'm putting up myself against, you know.
I never knew the power of these custom officers.
Well, let me just
should be that way today.
Let me just teach you something. A custom officer, the controller of customs, the commissioner of police, the commissioner of prisons, the commissioner of transport answers to no one.
I think he got distracted there
Yeah.
with someone in the back.
Those positions, they don't answer to anyone. Long ago, they used to answer to the Queen. Then the Governor General, and after that, that's why I tell you, we have a cut and paste law society. All we just boast and brag about being a republic. And our forefathers, what forefathers? PNM made a mess in 1976, they cut and paste laws. That's all they did. Nobody came up with no grandiose ideas or new ideas and say, okay, we are a true republic society and let's do things for Trinidadians. No. But yes, they have tremendous powers, and I know what I'm putting myself up against. I am well aware of that. But if it happens to me, people will know why it's being done. Now they will know.
Right. Yeah.
Now they will know. And they will show the vindictiveness of our society and how nasty our society could be. But what the hell?
Well, I can tell you that we are the driving force when it comes to sex education. Thursday and Friday evenings, right here on Power 2.1 FM on a Thursday. Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, Mac Daddy, and it's on an educational level. Then he's back here with me on a Friday evening until 12. It's all about taking sex education to a whole new level with Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. Folks, don't forget our lines. You can jump into our conversation. Feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you're a bit shy, what you can do and would love to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile, 740-1961. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
But having said that, I have seen persons who have been in very high positions so fall flat on their bottom, so you know. All the badge that they had and all the uniform that they had and all the trappings of high office
And the trimmings.
and trimmings, they came down to nothing. You know, I see a former minister, vehicle taken away from him, you know, and made to walk the road, you know.
That drastic, eh?
Well, yeah. So if a person feel they big and bad with a uniform and what, I told a politician that once, you know, I say, you in power for 5 years, you know. So you're important now. I am Dr. Raj for the rest of my life.
Yes, well said. And with that, you know what we're going to do, right?
I don't know. What
We're going to take a break
You sure?
and come right back.
From discovery to colony.
You know who I had a run in here with already?
Trinidad and Tobago's history is vast, exciting, and provoking, spanning hundreds
Right
of
outside
years.
Outside?
Take
Yeah.
a walk through the trails of our country's past.
Telling me I
with the
encouraging
soul
slackness.
of Independence. Featured
Yeah.
4 times daily at 7:35
See, my
a.m.,
program doesn't encourage
9:35
slackness.
a.m., 1:35 p.m., and
Is that your opinion, you know, Brett?
Brought to you in part by TTMA.
No, I told him, I said, that is your opinion.
And Blue
Basically, what you're doing
Waters.
It's not rooted in facts.
Exactly.
Start your weekends with Sir Charles and Calypso Classics. Saturday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. Calypso Classics.
How many cups?
Enjoy classics from all the greats of Calypso: Sparrow, Scallon, Kitchener, Brother, Shadow, Calypso Rose, and many more Calypso classics with Sir Charles.
Lachman, that's all right.
All the Calypso
It's like the first time they see a vagina and a penis.
and only on Power 102.
Some of them just believe like Puritans and all. Oh God, look how dirty this thing is, look how nasty this is. Like they never, like, you should hear so many women comment like they never sucked a dick before.
With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday.
No, I asked them, you know.
Charles, Chris,
So you never had sex in that position yet?
Gaylan, and the
What you call it
ultimate
disgusting?
This is Capri, and you're listening to
Well,
Power 102.
you're at a place after that. I said, no, you're laughing at it.
102 FM.
From that, yeah. And then you make them feel like a fool, eh?
Just get vexed.
Yeah, you make them feel like a fool.
But I know you're not going to give me anything anyway.
So you're on the losing end.
Anyhow you take
From
it.
6 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day on a Saturday on Power 102. Empowering you.
Trinidad and Tobago, we're ready, standing united and moving forward as one. We're one people, one nation, and all in this together.
We are all in this together.
Let's do this with Shema Wilson on Power 102, empowering you. The Reggae Ride, each and every Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102.
All people say, no run down bus, and no run down road.
The Reggae Ride, with the Empress, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
Tune and good music.
Join us for some soothing reggae music on a Saturday.
Real reggae music.
The Reggae Ride. From the old to the new, we play only the best. The Reggae Ride, Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you.
Well, here's an announcement from the promoters of the Island Fusion concert, which was scheduled for August the 31st at the J&P Complex. Regret to advise the cancellation of this concert due to technical and safety concerns. In the aftermath of Tuesday's earthquake and expected aftershocks, the promoters believe this is in the best interest and the well-being of patrons at this time. We regret any disappointment and inconvenience caused by this cancellation. Tickets refunds from the advertised outlets will commence on Monday, the 27th, at the outlet where purchased. Tickets purchased from the NLCB outlet will be refunded at Hereford's Bar, that's on Marvel Road, opposite CNNG, from Wednesday, the 29th of August. Again, any convenience caused is regretted, and for further information about refunds, you can give them a call, the Island Fusion Hotline, at 477-1735. Want
to see that?
Sexplosion is on Power 102, and now on new days and at new times. The country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. Your largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102, empowering you.
Okay.
Well, taking our time, it's now 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. You're listening to the magic of sex education exclusively on Power 2.1 FM with the guru of sex education, the only one in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. Our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him. Feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. If you are sending in a WhatsApp or a text message, you can also do that on his private mobile at 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Yeah.
Someone asked me to speak about lubrication and what type of lubrication to use. So the next part of this program will be on that, but let's take that call.
Yeah, we go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Good evening.
Yes, Dr. Raj.
Yes.
I want to commend you. I tell you something. When I go to buy a sex toy at your shop there, I've gotten very good feedback from the girls there. Not like some of the other shops in Trinidad here. I sometimes get a discount as well. I want to commend you highly for that. I just want, not going to call his store name, but at ballpark around that area there, I went about 2 years ago to buy a sex toy, and the girl there was very sort of arrogant. And I told her in a nice way, I said, listen, that's not the people that didn't come here to beg and all these type of things.
Correct. You come to buy a product.
Okay, Dr. Raj, you with me?
Yes, I understand that. And if one of my employees behave badly with someone or snickers or laugh, They immediately terminated, you know. I say if one of my employees behave badly with a customer, snickers or laugh at a customers, they're terminated. I don't put up with them thing.
Yes, I feel comfortable going to your shop, and not only that, the prices you have, actually I was visiting the shop recently and the girls gave me a discount of $50 discount where I bought more than one item. I was happy for that. And when I compare the price, it is totally, that's why I bought the extra one. Because
well, that's what I'm telling you. I will.
Like really a bad steal of a deal.
And imagine you could get it half that price if they change up the things now.
Yes.
So I'm fighting for you all. You think I want? I don't care to make exorbitant profits, and I just want to live, you know.
Yeah.
I want to live and keep my employees employed, so that they have, at the end of the day, they get something to go home to. They can take care of their family.
Dr. Raj?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, the other thing, and I'm saying this from experience, that with the amount that people are going through in Trinidad in terms of frustration with crime, loud music, the name it, it's all over, terrorizing poor people, and not so poor as a matter of fact. People don't know where to get a central point of peace in their life. Sex is the one focus that somebody can add in their life or intensify in their life. I'm talking about personal experience, where if it is done properly, you can get some of the most powerful orgasm. And I am telling you, Dr. Raj, which I told you personally, that through sex toys, I have had some of the most powerful orgasms in my life, multi-orgasmic. I've become like multi-orgasmic. And you told me that the experience I've been having, it's like nirvana. Because I've done meditation all my life, I'm telling you, and it gives me that closeness to nirvana. I'm telling you that. So if someone wants to take this out of your life, that central point of peace in your life, question God and say, God, didn't you make a human being like this to enjoy sex like this? The other thing is this, Dr. Raj, and tell me if I'm wrong, that a sex toy doesn't give up. It doesn't give up like a man or a woman. It doesn't give up at all. I'm not complaining. I mean, a human touch is, as you said, is nothing better than that. But I am telling you, when a man or woman really gets very heated, for any who have experienced sex to the ultimate, I'm talking about, a sex toy gives you that something. It doesn't bend. It doesn't break so easily. And it keeps going and going and going. And if you have that nirvanic touch in your life, Dr. Raj, they are taking or trying to take something from us that I'm telling you, like it's like a demon entering this country. Dr. Raj, please speak to me.
Well, I think if you understand it to that level, you should be educated others in your surroundings or who you come into contact with, and the support must be there. You all have to write letters to the editors. Make sure all the newspaper keep this in the forefront, in the forefront of everything, so people understand the importance of this. And what you're saying there is so truthful. Sex toys will break down if the battery dies. At certain types of sex toy, you don't need batteries for it. It will give you immense pleasure that you cannot get from your partner. And right, some men could only last 5 minutes, some men could only last 2 minutes. But you could use that same sex toys with your wife, your partner, your spouse, your whoever else, your significant other, whatever word you want to use, and enjoy a healthy sex life.
That's right.
And why should I be denied that because one guy or one woman is telling you that this is indecent?
That's right, that's right. And
why should we be denied that?
I have heard many so-called, I'm not claiming Christianity, please, I mean, I'm Sanatanist as well. I commend you for this. But I'm telling you, many people who have so-called Christian people who have condemned certain type of sex and so as well. I am telling you, let me say this with a conviction. They have never had good sex in their life. They have probably just had other sex with their wife, husband, whoever. With all respect, I'm talking about is that. But you talk about intense sex. I'm talking when you get multi-orgasms and orgasm of
well, let me just correct you a little bit here. Yeah, but let me just correct you a little bit here. It is not exclusive to Christians. There are lots of people out there who have not had good sex.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what faith they come from. What happens is that a lot of persons, and you know, today I heard such a sad story of a couple where it was a sexless marriage. A sexless marriage where this young lady was literally suffering for sex.
Yes, yes.
And you know, sometimes I hear it all, because where I sit in my office, I hear it all. But sometimes you hear things and your heart break for the person, and you're wondering, well, how people could be so callous? How could they be so uneducated? They don't understand you're getting married to someone not just because you want companionship, but because there's a sexual union also.
That's right, definitely.
There's a sexual union.
Go ahead.
So you need to explore that part of the person, bring about that satisfaction and gratification of the individual. And if the person needs you to use a bullet, I'm not talking about a bullet from a gun. There's an item for sex called a bullet, a vibrator, a dildo, a toy, a penis pump, a vagina pump. Who are you to deny me that?
That's right.
All right, thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raj, for giving me here.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Find them out of their uniform. One can see them like a dog tail between their legs. I had problem with customs for few magazines, and they look at it like if it is the first time they seen such things, and was laughing. I had to declare my husband luggage because he was denied entry. Boy, what an experience. This was 1988. Shame on people who wear uniform. Well, you wouldn't be the first person to say that, and you would not be the last. There are many persons out there who have had that experience. Many, and I'm getting, my number, my number is public, 7401961. I have had within the last, and this is no exaggeration, over the last 5 days, over 20 calls per day on persons telling me what they have gone through. I have had interviews, 3 and 4 interviews per day. I have made television appearance, radio appearance on this matter, because it is what people are interested in. They want information. They want truthful, accurate information, excuse me, which we always give them on this program. We are the leaders. We are the pioneers in this,
Oh, yeah.
We are not to be taken lightly. We are not no fly-by-night thing where we wake up one morning and say, we have a sex program,
No, and this
we have been through the mill with this,
And this has been going on for a number of years. Right?
Yes.
18 years as a matter of
18
fact.
years.
18 years, yeah.
So we are not a fly-by-night thing. Therefore, we know what we're talking about. So when somebody comes with crap, or they come with misinformation, and as the Honorable Minister said, false news. Well, it wasn't false news, sir. And what I am saying is not false news. You need to get your story straight. And I'm sure he's listening.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 17 minutes after 10 o'clock. More now than ever, we are taking sex education to a whole new level. The guru of sex education, the only one in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine, where he treats all sexual dysfunctions in both male and female. Don't forget our lines are open if you would love to interact with him. Maybe you have a question or two that you would love to get cleared dealing with sex. Feel free. You can give him a call at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. For those of you who might be a bit shy and don't want to really hear your voice on radio, you can also send him a text message or a WhatsApp message on his private mobile, 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. We will hear it for you. Yeah.
So getting back to what I was talking about, lubrication. Do you know customs will seize lubrication also if it have a picture of a man in a compromising position or a woman in a compromising position on the box or the item? Do you know that? And this is a lubricant for sex? That's how ridiculous it is.
I would have never thought. I would have never.
That's because you don't know. Let me give you an example that will make you fall off your chair. You could go to a hardware and buy a piece of rope, correct? Any hardware.
Any hardware, yeah.
Right. Do you know if you bring a piece of rope for sex, they could take that away from you? And they have it. I have a box with that where they have seizure. Yes, that's how stupid it is.
Yeah, but
no, when I met with them the last time, they said there are items we want to give back to you, But up to now, I get back. Up to now, I get it back. So as far as I'm concerned, every item in the box, you have seized it.
Wow. Yeah. You're speaking about a piece of rope,
Yeah. Yeah. That's how ridiculous it is. And I know they're going to try to deny it, but I know what I hear, and I know what they've been telling me for years.
And what you have gone through, and what you have experienced on your own. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 20 minutes after 10 o'clock, I tell you, the driving force. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM is featured every Thursday and Friday evening. On a Thursday, Dr. Raj sits in with my brother McDaddy, and it's more on an educational level. On a Friday, he's here with me until 12 o'clock. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education, and that's a fact, right? Taking it where it has never been before. Don't forget, all the lines are open. If you would love to interact with Dr. Raj at 222-8255. Also, 612-8255.
Ismo South of North says, 18 years, idea from the beginning, continue the conversation. Ismo South of North. You remember him?
Yes.
He was one of our very first persons to be listening to this program and calling in on the program regularly. That's what he used to do.
You catch me
Yeah, I catch you that. I catch you that. I catch you.
Had me moving there. You faked me out there on that one, man.
It wasn't a fake, man. It was.
You catch me there. If I was a basketball player, that was 2 points.
Yeah. I dribble past you, and I gone.
Anyway, folks, 21 minutes after 10 o'clock, I tell you, you're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively with Dr. Raj Ramnanan, the only sexologist in the Caribbean, on Power 102 FM.
So we need to band together on this, because it is the denial of basic human rights, the right for pleasure. We need to band together because it is something there on the statute books that needs to be removed once and for all. We need to be moving into the 21st century as persons who are educated. We know about technology. You know, one time I asked a customs officer, he came to arrest me. He was knocking a handcuff. I said, what are you going to do with that? He said, I'm going to put it on you. I say, you mad or what? I say, I resist an arrest. I refuse to go down with you. What you going to do with that? You want to embarrass me and walk me down the streets with it on there? I watch him. Why? Out of respect well, he wasn't in uniform, but I know he was an officer. Out of respect for the uniform, I didn't tell him what I really wanted to tell him. But they wanted to do that. Put me in handcuff and walk me down the street. Yeah. That's what he wanted to do. I said, well, go ahead. I said, you go ahead. If that's what makes you happy, go ahead. Go ahead. But anyway, I was telling you about lubrication. Lubricants are very important to use. There are certain types of lubricant that are needed for some types of sexual activity, or for some women who are going through menopause. The best lubricant to use on the market is what you call a natural lubricant, which is a mixture of silicone and water. It is not easily absorbed by the body, and it leaves a residue in the body so that you could get that nice silky feeling. If you're engaging in certain type of intercourse, for example, anal intercourse, you will need a numbing agent, and there are some lubricants with numbing agent. You may need to use a thicker lubricant like a grease. There's a brand called grease or elbow grease. Or you may need to use a silicone-based lubricant. For ordinary penetration, for women who normally naturally lubricate, but you want to use a lubrication, you use a water-based lubricant. If you use a lubricant that is fruit-flavored, there are certain fruit-flavored lubricants that may have sugar in it that could cause a change in the pH balance of the vagina and give you a yeast infection, so you have to be careful about that. If you're using it for oral sex, by all means, make sure you suck out all. Don't leave none. Both on the penis and the vagina or anus.
Make sure everything is
right. Make sure everything is used up. So there are a number of different types of lubrication that you could use, and even the solid type lubrication, which is the grease, is also considered to be a lubricant because it's used to lubricate the vagina, the anus, or the penis. There are lubrication for the throat called good head, which relaxes the throat so you could swallow the penis. Yeah. So there are many different varieties and type of lubrication. The best on the market is the Swiss Navy lubricant.
Yeah.
The Swiss Navy lubricant. Now, items that are not usually seized by customs, we sell it at a very reasonable price. Items that we have problems with, or there are other things that needs to be done, the prices are higher. But we still carry the cheapest prices
throughout
the country. I don't have to say that. Customers will say that.
I would say throughout the Caribbean.
Right. Yeah, throughout the Caribbean. We still have the best variety, and we still have the expert to teach you what to get.
And most of all,
beautiful ladies.
A very friendly staff.
A beautiful, friendly staff.
I know a couple of them.
No, I can tell you that I have very beautiful, friendly staff.
Yeah, I have popped in by you a couple of times, and you know,
conversing with them, I see you sometimes converse with them, and you're studying me again.
And sometimes you have a patient, or you're dealing with a patient, and I see people walking, and I must say that you can see they relax after interacting with the staff you have.
Yeah,
there.
because I tell them the number one thing is to make people feel comfortable. Do not laugh at anyone. Whatever person wants to do, you tell them about what you just use or what you would like to use. Make it into a conversation where the person wants to talk to you.
Well, that's it. But as a matter of fact, even the corner, when he mentioned just a couple of minutes ago that he went to another place, and you know,
they're arrogant. No, you can't be arrogant with people in this. No. When I go out there, sometimes a person, Dr. Raj, could I speak to you? I say, of course. Yeah. Anything you want to ask me.
And that's it.
You don't have to make an appointment to talk to me. If I walk out there and at the moment somebody sees me and say, Dr. Raj, I would like to ask you a question, I say, of course. Even if I have to go back to a patient, I say, no, I'll talk to you now. So immediately my wife or whoever is there will go and deal with the client inside and say, oh, hold on, Dr. Raj is dealing with something outside. Because they know, friend, them I tell you, of course. You have my undivided attention.
Well, I know that's your personality anyhow.
But you are there as my customer.
Yeah.
I am not better than you. I have to teach you things. I have to make sure at the end of the day you are comfortable.
You give them good service.
And all my staff have it within them to give a discount. All my staff have that. I have not taken away that privilege to make sure you give someone a discount who deserves it. We're not here to take the money out of people's pocket. People must be willing to give us that money.
They'll be pleased with the service that they
That's what I mean. You must be willing to take your money out of your pocket and give it to us. We're not there to pull it out of your pocket.
Yeah.
We want you to be, I want you to be delighted.
But the nice thing about the staff, as I said, you know, is that sometimes you find yourself in a position where you are lost in what you want, and they do suggest items that could help you.
And even if they don't know, you know, they'll come inside quickly and ask me. They will come quickly and ask me, Dr. Raj, so, the person wants to answer what to do. And I'll give them an answer. And if they can't handle it, I will come outside and handle it.
Well, that is, as I mentioned.
But that's what they're there for. And if anybody, like recently we had one girl who wasn't getting up and getting with the customers. And we had to let her go. The customers are there for you to serve.
Yeah, that's their rights.
You're not supposed to be sitting down and playing Lord and Master. When somebody come in, get up and go and talk to them, find out what they want, give them a little chance for them to touch and see and satisfy themselves.
Yeah, because in a position like that, they, as the customer, will feel more comfortable, rather than, you know, sometimes you might get someone going into an establishment where they kind of shy. But once you get somebody to interact with you as a service person of that establishment, you feel more comfortable. And with that, taking our time to 29 minutes after 10 o'clock, Sexplosion on Power 102 FM, the guru of sex education, Dr. Raj Ramnanem. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
From discovery to colony to an independent republic, Trinidad and Tobago's history is vast, exciting, and provoking, spanning hundreds of years. Take a walk through the trails of our country's past with the story of independence. Featured 4 times daily at 7:35 a.m., 9:35 a.m. on 3 and 5 a.m. Brought to you in part
How I make that mistake? How I make that mistake? What?
Huh?
How I make that mistake? That's
Yeah, when I hear that, I say,
yeah, that.
yeah.
Start your weekends with Sir Charles and Calypso Classics. Saturday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. Calypso Classics.
That's why they always say it's never good to read out. I think colon.
Shadow, Calypso Rose, and many more Calypso Classics with Sir Charles. All the Calypso ways, Saturday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. and only on Power 102. The power of Calypso. All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM.
Yo, this is Marshall Montana on Power 102 FM.
With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday. Sir Charles, Chris, DJ Maggie, Gayland, and the ultimate DJ Shane.
This is Capri, and you're listening to Power 102.
All inclusive Saturdays on Power 102 FM. The power of music. All inclusive Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. all day on a Saturday on Power 102. Empowering you. It's that time.
Good afternoon, TNT.
Game time. Game time.
Welcome to Game Time here.
How come you have the game on?
2 hours of
Have a game on?
a Saturday.
Yeah.
We playing?
No, we playing Sunday.
And Christine.
Yeah, but I don't want to ask if you're going.
The sport.
Welcome again.
Barbados.
Thank you for joining us here on Power 102.
Oh,
With trending sports stories and up-to-date information. Get in the game with Game
126 for 7.
Saturdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 102. Empowering you. The Reggae Rock.
I was surprised
Every Saturday
of the
from
crowd
6 to 10 p.m.
in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would still draw a little, but the idea that I get is that they're trying to break it in into the foreign thing. But I was surprised like they scarcely had people.
There are no people.
There was, where this one is? Florida, where this game is played?
No, Barbados?
Oh, because
No, not Barbados. This one is in St. Lucia. St. Lucia or St. Kitts or St. Lucia, one of them.
From the old to the new, we play only the best.
The only time it's got big crowd in Florida is when Trinidad playing Guyana.
yeah, eh?
Empowering you.
Then you got a massive crowd
Yeah.
because it's Trinidad and Guyana. And the majority of the people there who support cricket is Trinidadian and Guyanese.
Yeah.
And Trinidadians just fly up for cricket.
Yeah, but I would have figured that with this tea thing, they would have drawn people.
Let's do this with
Well,
on Power 102.
I think that part of the model is not working for them and they need to change it. Unless you have America team, but it's not working.
The country's most informative
For 3 years it's not working.
Sexplosion is on
In bed.
every Thursday from 7
If Guyana playing or Trinidad playing, yes it will work. Yes, Andre Russell was vexed and he said this is not our home team.
Yeah, but
But he's a terrible captain, eh?
oh gosh,
Man have no captaincy material in him, boy. Oh my God.
no.
His behavior on the field and making them kind of comment and whatnot.
And I remember
And refusing to come for the presentation.
I remember the other night, when the partners are again. When the partners are again, but they only say none of the family, the brothers say, man. When the other guy say, "Boy, I wonder if Raj watching this one." I said, "I wonder if Raj watching this one."
You have to wonder.
No way. Family.
46 runs in a way.
What? They get born in by now by smoking and bunting. No, I tell you.
Oh my, come on, let me start the program now, man.
What I tell you, this is what it's all about. Sex education on a whole new level. It's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 2.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnan of Total Image and the adult Plumpy St. Albert, St. Augustine. Folks, don't forget our lines are open. We are here willing to interact with you via the telephone 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or text message, you can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM.
Laxman says, so true caller, the toys don't fight back. We talk vex, talk back. It do what you want it to do, or you would make it your way. Good evening, Ria. Good evening, Shiraz. I can vouch for that. My experience at your place was indeed pleasurable and comfortable. Extremely pleasant staff and hosts. Thank you very much for that. And I'm glad that people say that about my staff, because my staff really makes Total Image what it is.
They go the extra mile.
They go the extra mile. They're pleasant. They do what they're supposed to do. It's a young staff. Some of them we have to train them. Some of them are in training all the time. I try my best to give them as much information as possible, and we talk about things. And I must say I have a good staff. They're dedicated.
Well, I must say so too, because I have interacted with a couple of them.
They will step up from time to time, and people will complain about simple little things, and I will correct them on it, and I will, they will change, or they will make the attempt to change.
That's the most important.
Those who, of course, with me, 3 strikes and you're out. If you're doing the same thing over and over, you're out.
So
then it's a habit.
Yeah. So in other words, I mean, you could bypass 1 or 2.
1 or 2 times, but after that, don't make it a habit. Don't make it a habit at all. Good night, Kavita. I didn't realize that you were making a joke. I wanted to know why it is you wanted that. Yeah. So getting back to lubrication, sometimes you want to use saliva as a lubricant, but if you have bacteria in your mouth because of halitosis and bad breath, you can cause an infection of the vagina. Because the bacteria in your mouth is causing that, and if you have bad bacteria, there's more bad bacteria in your mouth than the vagina. You can cause the person to have get an infection. The very same thing with a woman. If a woman is doing it to a man and she has bad breath or whatever, she can also cause that on the penis. He could get an infection on the penis.
Wow.
So you have to be careful about those things, using saliva as a lubricant. Of course, if it's your husband or your wife, you're accustomed to the person. There's a difference with that. But if you're dealing with someone new or whatever, you can actually give them an infection.
Especially a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah, or you're just, somebody decide to give you something. A piece, as they say. I don't know if it's a piece of gum or a piece of what, but it's a piece.
Yeah. And when we're speaking in terms of pieces, just not the piece side, right?
No. Coconut oil can be used as a lubricant, but it is not the ideal thing to engage in sexual intercourse with all the time. And I've spoken about coconut oil. And the reason for that, although it is a lubricant and have curative power and whatnot, it is not designed in such a way that it lasts long into the system. So if it depends on what type of sex you're having, you need a lubricant to suit that. Every type of sex that you have, from oral, anal, vaginal, you need different types of lubricant. Now you could use the same lubricant in the anal passage as you use in the to perform oral sex or for penetrative sex. But it is not ideal.
Oh yeah, okay. So it all depends on what
you're doing.
What you're going to do, right? Yeah.
Somebody asked, what could a man use to have sex all night? You have to have stamina. You must have the ability to sustain an erection. And it's very difficult for a man to sustain an erection all night. Because then you'll have to go and get cut tomorrow morning.
Very, very difficult. No matter if you take something.
Then you'll have to go and get it cut tomorrow morning if it's up all night.
Yeah.
All night long.
All night.
That was the right key. Roger, wrong key.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 21 minutes before 11 o'clock. You are listening to the magic of sex education right here on Power 2.1 FM. And if you are listening to Sexplosion for the very first time, just to remind you, Sexplosion is featured here on Power 2.1 FM every Thursday and Friday evening. On a Thursday, Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, Mike Daddy, and on a Friday, I'm here with him until 12. Nobody does better what we do best. It's informative, educational, and of course entertaining. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. Yeah.
So if you want to make sure that you don't get infections, you do things properly, it's properly lubricated, you don't lose the lubrication, the passage opens up properly, use the right lubricant.
Yeah.
Now, of course, if you perform the sexual act to the best of your ability and it satisfies your partner, he or she will lubricate, right? Have pre-cum, be able to penetrate without there be dryness or chafing of the vagina or the penis. So there are many different things that you can do, but it all depends on your ability. Ability is important.
Okay, at 20 minutes before 11 o'clock, we go back to the lines. Okay, that person didn't stay too long. 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Those are the telephone numbers. You can interact live in studio with Dr. Raj. Yeah.
So, again, individuals must have the ability to go to, if you want drugs, and I'm talking about prescription drugs, or OTC, over-the-counter items, you go to a pharmacy.
Right.
If you want groceries, you want food stuff, you go to a supermarket. Now, I heard there are some supermarkets in Port of Spain that selling cheap Chinese knockoff sex toys. Don't buy it. And I'll tell you why. The cheap Chinese knockoff sex toys have chemicals in it that is harmful to the human being. There are women who comes back with burned vaginas because of that. They don't make proper sex toys. Chinese don't make proper sex toys. They make a cheaper, inferior sex toy. As a matter of fact, I don't sell Chinese sex toys.
And have a funny smell.
Funny smell because of the chemical. That smell you smell in is the chemical.
A funny smell, yeah.
So do not use those cheap imitation toys. It's cheaper, but it will cause you harm.
As a matter of fact, it will cost you more.
In the long run.
Because you're going to have to pay to...
So all these Chinese shop and things that in Port of Spain what's selling sex toys, don't buy it from them. Don't do that. It come like, you know, there are certain items a pharmacy sells that you cannot sell it in a store. But a pharmacy want to sell everything. Come on.
Yeah.
A pharmacy just want to sell everything. From sandwich go back. But if you have a sandwich shop, you can't sell a Panadol. You could get in trouble for that.
True.
Yeah, you could get in trouble for that.
Yeah. There's a big difference there.
So, there are some things that you need to go to the experts for. And you see sexual toys and equipment, you go to a place where you know what they're selling is the right stuff, where you're sure what they're selling, they're knowledgeable about it, and where it's backed up by somebody.
Yeah.
You go there. And I'll tell you another thing, and this is something that Trinidadians have to be aware of. Do you know why we cannot honor the warranty on some of the sex toys?
No.
Because we can't bring it in legitimately. Customs, with the problem with customs. But if we are allowed to do things legitimately, you'll have the warranty also. There are some sex toys that you buy it and use it, and when you're done use, they send you a new one, you know. Yeah. You pay a little more for it.
Yeah.
But you use it and use it and use it. And when it's done, you just send it back for them and they send a new one for you. People don't know all these things, and I could get all these things for people.
And that is what you call service.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, some of these beautiful lady, I mean...
They could use and use it.
Some people use it.
Darian asked, hey Dr. Raj, Darian here, is there a ban on sex toys still in effect? It was never taken out. It was never taken out. But you all, Darian, you're not a crew with the news, or we fighting this down to the last. We plan to fight it.
Right down to the last.
Down to the last. A decision must be made whether it is legal or illegal.
Yeah.
Somebody have to win.
A decision have to be made.
Someone has to win this. And I'm 99.9% sure I'm going to win. I'm 99.9% sure I'm going to win.
But you have your facts, huh?
I have my facts.
That's the most important.
And not only facts. Remember, I've been treating people for over 25 years, you know.
No,
I have data too.
Yeah.
I have data and I have facts.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, it's now 16 minutes before 11 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power, the 2.1 FM. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. For those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj live in studio here, you can give him a call at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yep.
I have to say that I really love the girls at your office. Thank you very much.
I love them too.
I'm sure you do.
They're family.
I'm sure you do.
Catch me again, they're family.
Oh.
Many of the precipice are
You're true?
That's a precipice I'll fall over, yes? Yes, I tell you, nobody does better. We are taking sex education to a whole new level, educating you, taking it where it has never been before, exclusively on Power 2.1 FM, every Thursday and Friday evening. Nice having your company. Yeah.
Someone tell me that I have 100% support from that. If I get 99.9%, I would be very disappointed.
Yeah. That's somebody. That's somebody.
Huh?
That's somebody.
Well,
you sound like borrowed. No, I can see the expression on it. It's it's only those on the website, but sometimes when you read WhatsApp and these messages, I've been hanging out with you for so many years. I can just see the expression on your face.
I don't know what you're talking about. Take that call now.
I know if it's positive or I know if it's negative. That's a nice thing. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hi, good evening. Hi, good evening. He's hearing you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, you see, we're getting support from even the callers and all are 100% behind you, and that's the most important thing.
It is for their benefit, This is for their benefit. This is not for my benefit, When I'm through with this fight, the public is going to gain from this, All those store owners and whatnot who are remaining silent.
Yeah.
Because they are a bunch of cowards, and I say it openly, they are cowards.
Yeah.
They are going to gain, All of them sitting down there and sticking and say, yeah, let you go, let you spend the money and
push him in front.
Yeah, let him go. And then we go reap the benefits.
But you know what?
But I'll tell you something about it. When I win, and I come on the air, and I tell people, none of these places supported me to make this legal, you'll see how much people will stop going to them.
Yeah.
Because just as how people support me with this fight, they will support me with that also.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to call out every one of those business places now and say, this one did not support me, that one did not support me. They just want to reap the benefits of what I did. Deal with them. And they will deal with them. The public will deal with them.
Really, really sad. But that call earlier on, I was thinking, in the sense that...
Well, let me tell you something also. I could open a store next to every sex shop in Trinidad,
I know that.
And shut down every one of them,
I know that. You know that. I know that.
I could do that in the morning,
I know that for a fact.
Open up right next door to them, or over the road from them and shut them down, But I am not vindictive, and I am not that kind of person.
That's not your personality.
No.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, once I went to open a store, and there was somebody who was selling a little thing on the side and whatnot, and she said, the person told me, you come to shut me down. I said, you just sell these things? Because you're selling something totally different. She said, yeah, I have a little room in the back. I said, well, I never know that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As if you want, I'll buy out your stock, because I want for you to feel like shutting you down.
Yes.
I say, you call a price for your stock and I'll buy it out, which I did. Because I did not know she was selling that. And we became very good friends. I did not go there with that intention. That's when I had the retail outlet. But I want people to know that when I am, as I take this fight, as I take this fight forward, all my listeners and all my viewers and all those on Facebook will know who is supporting me and who is not. And they will know who not to go by.
Yeah. It will eventually happen.
Because one thing we have is loyalty, you know. We have loyal listeners, you know.
For them.
We have very loyal listeners, even those who sometimes are against me with certain things. They're loyal, you know. They're still listening, you know.
They like to talk you bad, but they'll still love you.
They're still listening.
But you know, the thing that bothers me is we have a lot of lonely people here that depend on adult toys. What position they will find themselves in?
If it is
especially if it's a shy, okay, like for instance, not meaning anything, if it's a shy person and they say, you know, this person cannot interact with a female or vice versa, and they get a toy and
right, well that is what you call a comfort toy. It's comfort. So that's the first stage. It's comfort, and then pleasure comes from it. If you take that away from a human being, you take away the comfort. You know, they allow dogs on plane now. As long as you have a certificate saying that it's a comfort dog. It's there for your comfort. They allow pets on plane, dogs especially. Yeah. I have flown many times, a person next to me have a dog. Right? It's a comfort. So if you deny a person their comfort, do you know what you're doing to the psyche of the individual?
Sending them wacko boy.
Yes. People will be frustrated. There may come a point when people will have to really stand up. Right now, all I'm asking persons to do, write to the editor, use my name. I have no problem with anybody using my name. When Loop TT, any one of them called me and asked for an interview, I said, yes, you could quote me on anything. Anything I say, quote me on it, because I am not going to say something to you and say something contradictory to another person. I'm not Trump. I know what I'm saying.
You stand up behind what you say.
So quote me. Put it out in the public domain and let's create an awareness and let's educate the public, because this is not about sex. This is about a person's comfort. This is about a treatment. This is about medical reason. This is about your fundamental basic human rights. This is about your well-being.
I think awareness is the most important.
So that's why I'm here to educate and make people aware. I want people to be aware. They must be aware of all these things. That it is not just a pervert going to buy a sex toy. Because there's not only perverts that buy a sex toy. That's why I tell you I don't like that word perverts. I know loving couples. I know persons of the cloth. I know individuals who have a happy marriage buy toys. Because it's part of what makes their marriage happy. I know individuals. Imagine a man. Imagine this, A man has diabetes, cannot get an erection. A man who had a heart attack, and for a number of years he cannot get an erection. A man who was circumcised later on in life, which shouldn't be done, cannot get an erection because the nerves were cut. He cannot buy a strap-on dildo to have sex with your own wife. Imagine that. And I have about 10 customers waiting for that right now. It's all seized by customs. Because if he takes that strap-on dildo and inserts his penis inside of it, he's not going to get the pleasure, you know, but he's going to take care of the satisfaction of his wife, which is important. So she will not step out of the marriage and horn him.
She wouldn't go to bounds.
But she wants to feel her husband on top of her. She wants to feel the weight of her husband. She wants to feel as though her husband is having sex with her. So he is using a strap-on dildo where his penis could snugly fit in it, because there are different sizes. We measure, we bring the correct thing for the gentleman. There are men who have wives who want to feel something bigger inside of them. So their penis extension, you can't even bring that. It's ridiculous. I tell you, if I go on a platform and start to talk about these things, people will cringe, you know. They say, well, this is what really happened, Dr. Raj. We can't believe this is what happening to you for all these years. And you taking it so cool and calm? Yes, I've taken it cool and calm for 25 years. You know what money I lost with customs? You know what goods of my goods have been seized by them? But it is not a dollar figure for me, because it is the patient that cannot get the equipment to do the things that he or she has to do. So this man now could satisfy his wife. She could feel the physical contact. They could kiss, they could make love, and he still could have intercourse with her because he's using a penis extension or a strap-on dildo. And he cannot even buy that to have sex with his wife. What you're telling me? So the wife should go and horn him? We should have infidelity in society? We should mash up marriages? And that could also cause crime, because next, you know, the man who she horning him with want to take his role in the house and want to kill him. And that is the reality. There are many men out there who have sex with a man's wife, and afterwards they want to be the man, you know. And vice versa. And vice versa. I could give you examples, because I know of examples of these things. Practical examples of these things happening in our society. I see it from all angles, you know. And I still continue to see new things every single day. I have not finished seeing. That's why I'm telling you, I'm constantly being educated by my listeners, my viewers, my fans, my followers, my friends. I'm constantly being educated by them. But at the same time, I take their information and I throw it back out to the public in a different way. I don't want to call no names. I don't want to allude to anyone. I make sure I put it back out there so people understand. So a man cannot take care of his own wife. And you denying that a person sitting down in an office and we ask them the question, tell me who make up these rules to say that these things are sex toys and it should be banned. Do you have a committee that meets? And when have this committee met? And where are the minutes of that meeting? Give us that information, man.
And that information you can't get.
How you get it if you don't have it? How could you get something that doesn't exist?
Well, anyway, folks, taking returns now 5 minutes before 12 o'clock inside Sexplosion on this Friday evening with the guru of sex education, the only one in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine. Tell you what we are going to do is take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
To them good.
You notice all the piano people quiet tonight?
I'll find you.
They're real quiet.
On none of the programs you did Zina call?
Yeah,
she called? She did she apologize?
Tuesday.
Oh, she called? She spoke to you? Oh.
Praising me twice, the morning and 12 o'clock.
Enjoy classics from all the greats of Calypso, Sparrow, Stalin, Kitchener, Brother,
Because I know she will be leaving you as a caller from 14. But you see, sometimes you just have to put yourself in a position where you have to.
You guys, either you like me or you don't like me, I give a shit. You know? I giving you free information, I giving you education, right? And if you don't like me, you're still listening and getting the education. So it doesn't enrich me in any way.
Because you're giving it anyhow.
So you like me, who you like me to ask, was it that?
It's up to you as an individual.
You don't put no bread on my table? The listeners who come and patronize my business, who come to me as a fee, they of course they pay me a fee, or they're buying something from me. But the person who just listening and whatnot and saying I like you or support you,
they won't come out to that extent. No, they won't come out to that extent.
So
they would just.
At the end of the day, I must be able to say what I want to say. And once I'm right, I'll let you know I'm right. You see how karma does me? The same man in the morning, Tuesday morning, talk a set of crap about the same sorry thing. Gonna get you want people kick water on him?
Yeah.
I karma. That is what people don't understand about karma. All the insult he insult people that morning by the things he said, and he didn't realize he insulted people. We get to see him insulted by evening by his own people.
Take a walk through the trails of our country's past with the story of Independence.
The whole nation got to see that.
At 7:35
Yeah,
a.m.,
not bad.
9:35 a.m., 1:35
Well, the other team batting 16 for none. Two of us, two. Two of us, two.
Yeah, they're going after 140 runs.
Make a big now.
The Stars, you know, them just out on for nothing, you know.
Hey, I see this team win out there the night, right? St. Lucia.
Yeah, they win. That was they only win one game.
First in 16.
I don't know, since I come in the studio, my eyes give this eye give him
We
a
boy
trouble.
batting, man.
Simmons?
Yeah.
It's about time they put him to open.
Yes, Simmons.
Simmons is a opener, they put him at number 3.
Simmons open.
Let me see if you know what you're talking about here, because I don't believe you, you know. You might say Simmons batting and it's somebody else batting here. Yeah, LP Simmons.
And it's Darren Bravo. I say Simmons and it's Darren Bravo.
Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. on Power 102, empowering you. Trinidad and Tobago, we're ready, standing united and moving forward as one. We're one people, one nation, and all in this together. We are all in this together. Let's do this with Shema Wilson on Power 102, empowering you. Sexplosion is on Power 102. And now on new days and at new times, the country's most informative sex education program, Sexplosion, is on every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Fridays from 9 p.m. to midnight with Dr. Raj, the guru of sex in the Caribbean.
A lot of times we think that sex is totally below the waist. It is not below the waist. It starts in the brain. The largest sex organ that you possess is your brain.
Tune in for discussion on all sexual matters. Sexplosion on Power 102. Empowering you.
I tell you, when it comes to nighttime radio, we are always one step ahead with a beautiful plan. You are on the inside of Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center of St. Augustine. Folks, don't forget our lines are open for those of you who would love to interact with him one-on-one. Feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, the benefit to society, like everything else, when there's injustice, when there's something wrong happening in a society, something brings it to the forefront. You know? And if you watch throughout history, especially recent history, the last 100 years, you'll see that happening rapidly all over the world. You know? And that is what is happening here now.
I find tonight he ain't giving no names on them, no initials on them. Like the line Luke.
Giving your initials like what, boy?
WP, AJ.
What?
That one just pop up. Maybe they're listening.
Good night, Dr. Raj and Junior. You guys enjoy your weekend. Reach home safe. Love you guys. Big us up. Anna, Aliyah, and Savitri.
Hey, yes, my favorite people.
So you happy?
Yeah,
You got
no.
that is not initials. That is names.
I'm not feeling comfortable. Hey, may I remind you, even though this is, of course, tomorrow night, Pan
on the Avenue.
And you know, we've been going through so many stress the last couple of days. This is going to be a stress reliever. Stress relief. You can relieve all your stress tomorrow. So I'll see you there tomorrow on Pan on the Avenue.
So you want to know when you'll be coming to have hot cocoa tea with us? I
gosh.
know you bringing the hot cocoa. I don't know what the tea.
Oh gosh, jeez.
Yeah, we have to go soon.
No, we
hi, Dr. Raj. When customs seizes your goods, what they do with it? I have asked that question many times. It's like when police find drugs, marijuana, we only see what they want the people to see. Well, you get to see that with drugs. Nobody has ever seen the custom officer destroying any dildos and toys and whatnot.
No.
Nobody has ever seen that. They're supposed to destroy it, but nobody has ever seen them. Nobody has ever seen custom destroy anything in this country. We mentioned that earlier in the program.
But the only thing I've seen them destroy
What?
is marijuana.
No, like police. We're talking about customs.
Oh, customs. Oh. Not what they meant. You haven't seen them, anyone.
Hi, Dr. Raj. Should a spouse say if they are going to line with their friends after work, knowing you'll be looking out for them, or it makes them less of a man? Text me the answer. Well, if you wanted me to text you the answer first, you should have put that first, not last, after I read it and I see it. A person should inform their spouse where they're going.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because of the present crime situation in the country. Two, well, this is not the most important one, is you have to tell your spouse where you will be. I think you have a responsibility to do
so
that,
too.
especially if your wife waiting home for you or your husband waiting home for you.
And they don't see,
or you're running late.
And you expect to
right.
be home a certain time.
But based on what's happening with the country, security-wise and otherwise, yes, you should.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
Anyway, folks, taking return 5 minutes after 11 o'clock, the magic. Right here on Power 2.1 FM when it comes to sex education. With your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. And may I remind you that this program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised. The magic of sex education every Thursday and Friday evening right here on Power 2.1 FM. Now, don't forget, for those of you who might be a bit, you don't want to hear your voice on radio and you have a question for Dr. Raj, you can also send a WhatsApp or a text message on his private mobile, 740-1961. Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Raj. Here again. I want to do a threesome with my girlfriend and another female, but I don't know how to ask. Who you asking, me or her? Well, you don't ask her when you're having a quarrel. You make sure you find the right time to ask her. During sex is the best time to ask her. See how she feels about it, bring it into fantasy, and then try to make it reality. You should get your stuff back. No, that's not going to happen. I have been asking for my stuff back for the longest while. How could you get back something that is no longer wrong?
No.
Just saying.
It's just like the song, right? I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Izzy, thank you very much for that. You've been looking for that you could be looking for that all your life. You wouldn't find it. But it's not about getting back my stuff,
It's principle.
There's a principle involved in it. If you know, and I wonder how they sleep at night, If you know you're robbing someone of something based on your authority, you're not enforcing a law. You're robbing someone of something. How do you sleep at night? You can't. You can't be comfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
But somebody said something today. I don't want to use it on the air because I don't want to go down that road, but the society that we have become, the people who are in authority and what they look for based on their uniform and their badge and their authoritative command, it's sickening. It's sickening. Very sickening. It's no longer a person doing their job and doing it properly. It's all about what reward I'm going to get out of it. What is there in it for me? How could I do something extra? It's never about actually wanting to do something wholeheartedly.
But it is sad, though.
Sad.
It is sad. Anyway, folks, taking our time 10 minutes after 11 o'clock. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining on a Friday evening right here on Power 102 FM, the guru of sex education, with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine. where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions. Our lines are open. If you would love to chat with him back and forth, feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. You can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM.
Forget to tell you, they don't not even take your call to let you know where they are. With their friends in the background say they don't have to tell you anything when they do answer your call. Well, if your spouse is doing you that, well, that person really don't care about you. Please talk on sex tonic herbs. Well, even some sex tonic herb is not even allowed to.
No?
Doctor, why is that women are silent on the adult toys topic when they are the majority of the market consumer? I don't know. I don't know.
Strange.
Well, I don't think women want to be labeled. Or they don't want to, remember, it's a private thing. So I understand that part. It's private. So if you buy a dildo, you don't want the whole public to know you have a dildo. So maybe that's why women are not as vociferous as others. We have become a selfish society. That is so true. We have become a materialistic, selfish society. We always want to live beyond our means. Mark says, you've got my support 100%. But your support is not needed by you texting me. Your support is needed by you calling the newspaper, writing letters to the editors about this issue, having your letters published on the newspaper every single day.
Yeah.
This is not the time for a petition.
No, this is a
the
time.
first part about this thing is for you, the public, every single person listening to this program tonight. I assume you're an adult. Send an email to every single newspaper in the country. Send a letter in whatever form or fashion you could send it, by text, by WhatsApp. And don't tell me you know how to get in touch with the newspaper. Just buy a newspaper. It have all the ways to get in touch with them at the back of it. Every newspaper have how to get in touch with them. And bombard every editor out there with letters after letters about this sex toy issue.
So they get the awareness of it.
So that first of all, the newspaper know you're supporting them.
Yeah.
The newspaper will take up your cause. They will print your letters. And those in authority will start reading and realizing that you're infringing on our basic rights. That's the first thing you have to do. The petition will come later on when we have to petition Parliament to change the law.
Okay.
But right now is to get everyone aware that this is what is happening in our country and it has to stop. Customs have to stop doing stupidness. When the floodlights are focused on customs now, they're going to bat in their crease, you know. They're not going to do things on a whim and fancy anymore. Everybody's going to benefit from this, you know. Every single human being in Trinidad and Tobago who does import something will benefit from this. You are all going to benefit from this one little thing. You will be surprised to know how this will benefit everyone.
So this basically would be
the catalyst.
Could be a big change.
This is the catalyst for change in our country. I think that they are the ones who advertise the home delivery sex toys. I think you know a little too much, you know, Lachman. Lachman, you know a little too much. I'm not even going to say anything about that.
You just gave me 2 lines in the first paragraph and I know exactly.
Lachman knows a little too much about that. Lachman, not Lachman.
Lachman. I'm just 2 lines in the paragraph and I know where.
Lachman is male, Lachman is female.
I tell you. Anyway, folks, taking our time, 14 minutes after 11 o'clock. You are listening to Sexplosion on this Friday evening with your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center, where he do treats all sexual dysfunctions. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Start your weekends with Sir Charles and Calypso Classics. Saturday mornings, 7 to 9 a.m. Calypso Classics. Enjoy classics from all the greats of Calypso. Power Up, Stalin, Kitchener, Brother, Shadow, Calypso Rose, and many more Calypso classics.
Calypso.
Sir Charles.
Why he ain't give me no indication like that. Like, what man? I ain't like that.
If it ain't no way, what we do?
I'm not saying like that. You know we get blank tonight.
It's that time.
Last week we had one dancing.
2 hours of sport talk on a Saturday. With Mark Anthony Scott and Chris Sion. Listen for the latest in the world of sport.
Welcome again, Coach. Thank you for joining us here on Power 102.
With trending sports stories and up-to-date information.
You felt it?
Get in the game with Game Time.
You feel it?
Saturdays from 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Power 102.
We're talking about.
Empowering you. All the news of Saturdays on Power 102 FM. With the best music and personalities to power your day. All day on a Saturday.
I heard they said that we had so many aftershocks.
You have plenty of aftershocks. Some just feel it and some can't feel it. You didn't feel you one in the morning? Or you was in bed?
Want to wake me up. The 5.3 wake me up. And I was home alone. And your brother is no hero. When the bed started shake so, and I opened it, I said, nah. Family,
what do?
Why scale up that bed so fast? I scale up the...
So you run off in the buff?
No, I scale up the bed between the earthquake and the bed. No, when I felt it, I said, wait now.
So what do with the dog? You leave the dog?
The dog was in the front. She's sleeping, she's a house dog basically. She was in it. And when I do so, I see she's around and she watched me so. I said, no. I said, Lily, you felt it too? But surprisingly, the first one, that's the first thing I did, I snatched my dog on. And then I see the air condition coming at me. I snatched my dog by the collar and I held her. Because she was...
Trinidad and Tobago's history is vast, exciting and provoking, spanning hundreds of years.
I never experienced.
Take a walk through the trails of our country's past with the story of independence.
But this place got damaged bad, man. One was broken.
9:35 a.m.
After last night.
Well, look at that, eh? All the places that people just put up and what they have structural engineer and all kind of things to put up there. Look at what happened.
When I was going home.
Well, all who have property, they're selling, you know.
Yeah, but when I was going...
Anybody who have property there, anybody who own an apartment, they're selling now, you know.
Well, family, you know what it is to be on the team flight and this thing rocking, boy? I passed...
But not only rocking, but thing falling now.
Last night when I left, 12 o'clock, I actually was working on the building.
Well, yeah, they had to work on it.
I was working on it right away. You didn't see that place down in Cruising? How it opened up? Well, that's the best video, even though it's not nice to say, the best video I saw was when the two people was shopping in the aisle.
The man run and leave the woman, boy.
The brother took off.
The man run and I say, but he couldn't hold the lady until every run, darling.
No, but you see how those cans fly, man.
Yeah, but he could have carried the lady. Honestly, he could have.
But that was the first thing, that. No, but I'll tell you something.
But one of my cats climbed up a wall, you know. Run up a wall, you know. Seriously, you know. She run up the wall, you know. I wanted to laugh.
No, boys.
Let's do this with
No, that was
Power 102, empowering you.
No, but you shall really carry the lady. Grab the lady and run with you.
And now on new days and at new times.
I don't want to go through that again.
Sexplosion is
I really don't want to go through that again.
One of my neighbor asked me to come and walk around the house to check for any damages. I'm coming to check all the neighbors now who are close with. I say, Brent, me, I'm going to check my house, you know. I come here to make sure all you okay, you know. No, I went to make sure all my neighbors was okay. And then I didn't check our house.
No, but it's obvious you would, and doing any career, you would check.
No, seriously, no. I went and checked my neighbor because he had a stroke. He was okay because my other neighbor was going over to make sure he was okay. I make sure that neighbor was okay, the one living on the other one.
Yeah, boy. Now, in a case like that, you just check your, before you even check your own self.
I didn't even check our house to see if it had any crack or anything.
But that house you are in, how you are.
I see doing so.
Yeah, that house they will crack the earthquake.
No, you ain't get crack.
No, I said that house you are, they will crack the earthquake. Nah,
thank God for that.
No, boy.
Well, taking our turn, it's now 19 minutes after 11 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. We're featured here on Power 102 FM every Thursday and Friday evening, and it's always nice having your company. What we are all about is taking sex education to a whole new level, educating you, taking it where it has never been before. With your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine. If you'd love to interact with him via the telephone, he is right here sitting, waiting on your calls at 222-8255, also at 612-8255.
You know one thing, if anybody in Trinidad and Tobago or the Caribbean use the name Giri Raj, there's only one Giri Raj and they know you. There's no other Giri Raj. Anybody could say they know another Giri Raj. Anybody who hears my name, they say, I've never heard it before, or you have a unique name or something to that effect.
Yeah.
But if you use the word Lachman, nobody knows who that is.
No.
If you use the word Harold, nobody knows who that is. If you use the word John, nobody knows who that is. But I'm positive in this entire country, once you use the word Giriraj, there's nobody else with that name.
There's only one. No, I've never heard that name pop up.
Nobody has heard that.
I never heard that name pop up anywhere.
So, Lachman, I could call your name Lord because I hear using your last name and nobody knows who you are.
No, nobody would know.
Except those on Facebook who see me.
Because
I have a unique name. I could tell you, but not in India. In Uttar Pradesh, my name is Kaman. Yeah. Because of the meaning of the name.
Oh, okay.
And where the part of India.
The definition.
Yeah. The part of India.
Oh.
That name is common, but not in Trinidad. So, I have a unique name.
One in a
well,
million.
1.3 million. 1 in 1.3 million.
Anyway, folks, taking our time 21 minutes after 11 o'clock. I tell you, this is what it's all about on a Friday evening. Sexplosion with your host, Dr. Raj of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center at St. Augustine. It's informative, educational, and of course entertaining. What am I speaking about? The program that you are presently listening to, Sexplosion. Nobody does it like we do, taking it to a whole new level. Our lines are open. Dr. Raj is waiting here to interact with you via the telephone. Feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. If you do decide that you want to send him a WhatsApp or a text message, you can do that on his private mobile 740-1961. This program may contain material that is not suitable for children. Parental guidance are therefore advised.
Let me tell you how backward we are sometimes. You know, government after government have said that we need to diversify our economy. I have a unique business, like my unique name, that no one else, I didn't follow nobody to build my business. There was no model to follow, Everybody who open a grocery follow somebody else. Everybody who open a hardware follow somebody else. Everybody who open a paint shop follow somebody else. When I opened a sex shop in Trinidad, I didn't follow nobody, I did not follow any model, Not even models that were established outside of Trinidad and Tobago, because in those days, nobody is sharing their secret with you. I took the chance and did it. When I opened the Adult Therapy Center in Trinidad, I could have done that in another country and be more successful. But I fight the system and I did what I had to do in Trinidad. I was investigated by police for 2 years, When I first started,
2 years?
For 2 years, Junior.
Wow.
2 years. Until a police officer came to my office and dropped a book in front of me and said, read that book. I said, why? I didn't know he was a police officer. He came to me as a patient. And anytime he said, read that book. And he said, no, I was commanded to follow you for the last 2 years. I said, I know somebody was following me. I said, did you ever find me in any slackness? He said, no. He said, that's why I could come here and sit and talk to you, I was investigated by every newspaper in this country, to make sure I was legitimate, Dr. Kim Johnson came and did an article on me, Every newspaper in this country investigated me, There are articles in my office showing that, Newspaper that no longer exists, and I still exist in The Wire. Remember it had a newspaper called The Wire?
Yes.
You remember it had the Evening News and Sun?
Yeah.
I was investigated by all, Guardian, Express, Newsday, The Mirror, Bomb, Punch. Every one of them investigated me. When I had to go on television, I had to give them all my documents and whatnot for they to make sure that I was legitimately who I was.
I recall reading a story about you on the bomb. I could recall reading a story. I could remember reading another story on you on the Punch. That's when you said about the nice little ladies, but I don't know. But I kind of dropped that off. I don't since I'm doing Sexplosion for the last couple. Yeah. But I remember reading a lot of stories.
So I am a fly-by-night person, So when they talk about diversifying the economy and medical tourism, I have been doing that in Trinidad. I have been doing that in Trinidad for the past 20 years, I have people who just come to me from all over the Caribbean, North America, Central and South America, Europe, the Middle East and the Far East for treatment, I had one patient who used to come from me from a country, and every time he had to come into this country, I had to write a letter to immigration for you to come in, On my prescription part, I had to write a letter, and one time my immigration officer questioned him and said, what is this man's qualification? He said, you have to be joking. You have a doctor operating in your country, and you don't know his qualification? But immigration officers sometimes just want to give people trouble.
Well, yeah.
But he wasn't coming here for any other reason other than treatment. He used to come and take his treatment and leave the country and go back. But he used to have to come regularly because treatment is every month. And I used to have to write a letter to customs every single time he's leaving, a prescription that he's coming back for treatment. So
You're fully established.
I'm fully established, but not only fully established.
You're well known as a
I have done what I need to do. So when I go and tell a custom officer this item is for someone to use, sometimes I bring in a small amount of items because it will be one of this, one of that, two of that, or whatever is needed at the moment in the clinic, and you're telling me that you're not allowing it. You're not allowing it because you feel you shouldn't allow it and you feel it indecent. I wonder what carnival time, what they just do, boy, they might just blindfold their eyes, they don't walk through and watch anything. They don't see what is indecent in this country. I wonder when they go in a rum shop and they see all these Spanish women and things in their short pants and whatnot, if they don't consider that indecent too.
Yeah.
Bunch of hypocrites, eh?
Well, anyway, folks, taking our time, 29 minutes after 11 o'clock, Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM, knowledge and experience. This is what it's all about. Really thinking in terms of sex education on Power 102.1 FM every Thursday evening and on a Friday. On a Thursday, Dr. Raj sits in with my brother, McDaddy, and on a Friday, I come in and we go from 9 until 12 o'clock. Well, our lines are open, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, for those of you who would love to interact with Dr. Raj. You can give him a call right now in studio live at 222-8255, also at 612-8255 if you are sending in text messages and WhatsApp messages. You can also do that on his private mobile 740-1961, and you can also send in your messages on our website at Power 102 FM. Yeah. Big Mike saying, hi Raj, great show from...
Hey Big Mike, what are you doing?
You know who's that?
Antoine, Big Mike,
Yeah.
Mike. I'm a good friend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family?
Yeah, good supporter of mine for many years. And
Okay, well, what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening.
good evening, how are you?
Warren.
I realize it was you, sir. Well, they want to, they have. They have. It's not a matter of... ban guns. Illegal guns. Ban illegal guns. Look how many people getting shot every day. But you just talk just like me, Warren. You know that. That's why I just listen to you. You just like me. You just call a spade a spade. You call a spade a spade. Ever since I know you, I don't know you just put water in your mouth to say things. Yes, and I believe in that strongly. Even to your friends. I don't butt up if I have to tell you, you know. No, I don't do it. I tell you, and afterwards I normal, you know.
You're straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. But our society, Warren, our society, right, has become so warped with those in authority doing whatever they want to do on their whims and fancy. The minister is saying one thing, that there's no ban on sex toy, and the persons who are supposed to enforce that, they're enforcing a ban. So whatever he said doesn't go. They're doing whatever they want to do. Well, that's what I'm telling you. The tail does wag the dog here. In Trinidad and Tobago, the tail wags the dog. All right, partner. And I hope you have a good weekend. Well, I know that, but you are busy. You are a busy man, you know, day to day. Correct. Take care.
Okay, family. Taking our time 28 minutes before 12. Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM. And don't forget, folks, our lines are open. Feel free at 222-8255. Also at 612-8255. Yeah.
Once people become aware, now everybody know these things, you know, all these little pockets of things, they know it, you know. But I think the sex toys controversy or the adult toys controversy is hitting home. Because once you use the word adult, we're not talking about children here. Adult toys, sex toys, adult sex toys. You're telling an adult he doesn't have the choice when it comes to his own sexuality and all sexual feelings. And so it's okay for a person to go and shave a piece of wood, make it into a phallic object and use it. It's okay to do that. But that piece of wood could have bacteria on it. It's not properly developed. It could cause splinters could get stuck in the vagina or anus or wherever you're using it. So you're telling me now I don't have a legitimate right to go and buy a proper instrument for that? Come on. You're dealing with adults here, you know. You're not dealing with children. Adults. So what else are you going to take away from adults? According to one gentleman who called me, say what happened, adults not supposed to play toys or?
I like that though. I like that one. Adults. Oh yeah.
There are women who have been married or are married, and for whatever reason, their husband is incapable of having intercourse with them. There are women whose husbands are incarcerated. There are women whose husbands are away at work for 6 months at a time. So you are telling these women that it is not okay for you to buy a toy or buy a dildo or buy a vibrator to take care of your sexual needs and to be frustrated or to horn your husband? That is what you're telling them. In essence, that's what you're telling them. And people have to start thinking along these lines. Who are going to use these things? The man or woman whose husband is now wrong for whatever reason, for medical reason, He might be laid up in a bed in hospital. The woman she might have constant bleeding because of polycystic ovaries. So he can buy a vagina to use or a sex doll. So what is he supposed to do? He's just supposed to watch all these beautiful women that we have in Trinidad and Tobago and don't get an aid to help him out?
Yeah, but then again, too, on the other hand, you have some men, well, I'm not speaking in terms of the woman, but you have some men that are going through frustration. They want to be sexually active, but they don't have a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that they would do is go to an adult
store and buy a doll.
And buy a doll.
You know how many persons have ordered dolls from me in the past? Sometime we'll get it in. I've lost I think 2 or 3 shipments of dolls in the past.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes we get through it, and again, the same doll that we could have given to the person for $400, it is now $800.
I tell you. Anyway, folks, taking our time 25 minutes before 12 o'clock. Don't forget, our lines are open. I've been mentioning that for the last couple of minutes. For those of you who would have a question for Dr. Raj or would like to engage with him, feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center that's in Augustine. And for those of you, he treats all sexual dysfunctions. Feel free. Yeah.
They can't stop you no matter how they try. You must exist and you will. Good evening. I have to hide from my partner in order to listen to you. Well, thanks for listening to you.
I wonder where they hide it.
Not under the bed.
That was my first choice. Oh, the bathroom.
Ooh, somebody made popcorn and they sent any for real, boy. Come on, man. Yeah. I have a weakness for popcorn, you know.
I too. I too.
I have a real weakness for popcorn, you know, man.
Especially if it kind of a little cheesy tasting. Oh, gosh. And we can't even get can't get at all. Well, tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines and let's see. Hi, hello, and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Hi, good evening.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, hello? Yes, it is. No, this is Dr. Raj. Mm-hmm. Right, correct. That's the correct phrase. Whoa. No, I plan to. I have taken this course, and according to my friend, I have rode many rodeos before, and he knows me very well. He knows me from university days, and I will fight the fight, and I don't give up. I think everyone wants to understand that, ma'am. They do it all the time. Okay, you're hearing about it now because I've never vented that in the past. But since 1984 till now, I have had things taken away from me all the time. I only got back on 4 occasions. 4. On all those years, 4 occasions I got back stuff. And the rest, I had to pay fines. At first, I was scared because I was a young man coming back to Trinidad. I was 20 years of age. And I was intimidated by them, and I paid a fine. And then the fine went up the next year. And the next time it went up again until the figure became ridiculous. Right? So these fines were being paid. And after about 8 times, I said, wait a minute. Where is money going? What really happening here? Because it's a tribunal that is charging me. I'm not getting a receipt. What is happening here? What really going on? So, wait, after that, I became mannish. And as you say, I got the experience. So as I got the experience, when they summons you to, they summon you, you know. When they summon you to CPI office in those days was Nicholas Towers. Now it's at the waterfront. You're going down there. The first time I went down there, a frightened boy. You sit down outside, you put you to sit down there, and you see the same man who was knocking the handcuff, he come and he watch you and he laugh and he go on inside. Intimidation. And the second time it happened, I went in there bold face, as they say. And I started to answer back. And I started to answer back the man who was... But it is it is somebody... Exactly. I know my profession. I know my profession. Sashi, how are you doing? Yes, that was Tuesday morning. Well, one day a person will enforce the law according to his interpretation, and the next day another person will do whatever they feel like doing, and they'll just say, you go ahead. So there is no clear-cut method of dealing with it. And this is what we're asking for. Once and for all, let's have a clear-cut method of dealing with it so that the public out there can benefit. That's what I'm fighting for, you know. I am fighting for information and clarification. I'm fighting for everybody in Trinidad, even if they're not my customers, because you might buy something over the internet and bring it, or you may travel and decide to bring something for your own comfort. So you must have the right to bring that for your comfort. And it mustn't be through Dr. Raj. It must be you and your right. And that's what I'm fighting for. I am a praying man. That is one thing, ma'am. I'm a praying, Oh yes, I know about the embarrassing thing, because there was a time they surrounded me on the road, you know. Yeah, one officer on the one side, and they caught all of them, and I walk up to my store and open the door. I said, what is all this grand charge about? If you want to come in the store, come in, I'll go open the door for you. If you see them, and the other day I meet the very same gentleman in customs. Well, he's a senior officer now, and he said, you know, you are the first raider I ever make it in customs. I said, I remember you well, you was the one standing up by the door. I don't forget. I say, but if you ask me to open the door, I open the door for you. I'm not afraid. Thank you. It's bought legitimately from a manufacturing company. It's brought into the Trinidad, into all the normal channel, not more smuggling on a boat, not more sent illegally into the country, and I was willing to pay my tax on it, tariff, which I do. Every time they charge me a tariff, I pay my tariff. I have no problem in paying my tariff. I don't even ask them to give me $1 off. Thank you very much, dear. And that's when I was going to tell you who supported me and who did not. No, I don't mean the general public. Sweetheart, I don't mean the general public, my listeners and viewers and whatnot will support me, I'm talking about those who have the business and will benefit from it. I will let you know who supported me and who did not. Yeah. Okay, take care. Good night.
Okay, family.
And I'm not saying it as a threat, I'm saying it so that people will be informed. Because too many times people have piggybacked on me. They wait to see that I reach a distance and then they go and say, hey boy, I could open a business where I make money and do this and do that. Some of them will just pretend to be me and all.
Some of them will say, well, look, Dr. Raj got the okay, so
yeah, let me do it. Yeah.
So we can step forward. Anyway, folks, taking return 15 minutes before 12 o'clock inside Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM. And reminding those of you who are listening to Sexplosion for the very first time, Sexplosion is featured here on Power 102.1 FM every Thursday and Friday evening. On a Thursday between 7 and 9 o'clock, and on a Friday evening between 9 and 12 midnight. With your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and the Adult Therapy Center outlets in Augusta. Yeah.
I see my good friend Davis Emil says, good night, my friend. Hello, family.
Hey, long time, boy. Yeah.
But it's amazing, eh? These Chinese groceries and things in Port of Spain that's selling sex toys, they don't bring things by courier, They bring it by containers.
Oh, when you have...
yeah, but they goods don't get seized. Their goods don't get seized.
Strange.
And they come in containers from China.
Yeah, and so...
Makes you, as I say, things to make you go,
Yeah. And that's exactly what we are fighting for. Things that make you go,
No, things that just go,
Yeah.
Junior, you know, stock shopping, listen.
Anyway, folks, taking we're time 14 minutes before 12 o'clock. Sexplosion, I tell you. And it's always nice having a company. As a matter of fact, we look forward to having a company here on a Thursday and a Friday evening on Power 102.1 FM. And as you know, we are taking sex education to a whole new level. Sometimes we mention things that, you never thought exist. And we feel very good bringing these things forward to you, enlightening you of what you can do to make you a better person, especially when it comes to sex education. Our lines are still open. You've still got a couple of minutes in which you can interact with Dr. Raj. 14 minutes before 12 at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Raj and Junior. Great program. Keep it up. From Gloria.
Gloria. That's a nice name.
I know you wanted to sing this song, eh?
Yeah, Gloria. Yeah. It's nice when you interact with, you're making love to someone, some names that really pops up and jumps out.
Well, I have a name under a different thing on my phone. So I guess that was the previous order.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good.
Because, people exchange phone like drawers in Trinidad also.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is I don't like to lose one.
No, I could get back your number. My numbers have been original, My numbers were never owned by anybody else before,
Yeah, but when you get back your number, you get all the information back on your...
No, that's only if you put it on the cloud or if you put it on your computer. All you do is sync your phone to your computer, and everything goes on your computer. So when you get back your number, you just put in your email and everything comes back to your phone. Yeah.
See how you're educating me?
It's that easy.
It
is very, very simple,
Yeah, but you don't educate me alone on sex. This is what... Okay, we're going to go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Hi, good evening.
One. You give me a chance now. Give me a chance now. Give me a chance, please.
Yeah.
You don't talk? Asking you to give me a chance all the time. You have to go through all them kind of thing. You say, well, you know why you're hearing me? Because you keep on talking. You say you say, well, oh God, hush the man. You say you have kidney stone, but you have a stone in your appendix. Or you can have a kidney stone in your appendix. What kind of thing is that? What are you saying? Hear what? Hear what? Hear what? Hear what? I'm not going to deal with you on the radio. Call me in your office tomorrow after 12. 645-9829. Because what you're saying ain't making sense.
No, that don't.
The man rattling on and ain't making sense.
Yeah.
645-9829 or 645-4543.
Yeah, you can give. A stone in your appendix.
No, they could have.
No, let's not get into that. When he called, as a matter of fact, when he calls you tomorrow,
Please call me at the office
he will-
tomorrow,
he will give you
645-9829 or 645-4543. I will ask you the appropriate questions. And don't rattle on when you call me.
No, and we're going to pick it up from there.
Yes.
Anyway, folks, taking our time, 10 minutes before 12, Sexplosion on Power 2.1 FM with your host, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and their Delta Therapy Center out at St. Augustine. He treats all sexual dysfunctions. But you've got 10 minutes in which those of you who would love to interact with him via the telephone, feel free at 222-8255, also at 612-8255. You're listening to a program that's informative, educational, and of course entertaining, exclusively on Power 102 FM. Nobody does better what we do best when it comes to sex education. Yep.
Dr. Raj, I'm saddened to hear of your present situation with the Customs Department. It is clear the minister has no clue due to the fact that you are a truthful man. I know you will be victorious in this. You know, it is amazing. This has been happening to me for years. Last year alone, I lost 4 shipments, and I never said anything to the public. I didn't make this public, you know. The funny thing about it, it came to the public's attention based on a circular that was sent out by a courier company. But since I am the victim of this for years, and since I am the authority on sex in this country, and since I know the facts, all the spotlight is focused on me now. Which I don't mind, because it's about time people recognize what is happening.
Yeah, you have come to the forefront now.
Yes, the forefront. And we have the Honorable Minister of Finance making a statement like that without checking the facts. If he simply called me, or have his permanent secretary call me, or anybody call me, I would have sent him all the documents, and he would have changed his story and would have said, well, here what, will you do something wrong to this man? Because that is not even in our books, give it back to him. But that wouldn't shut me up still, because it's not going to end there. Because if tomorrow morning they come and say, here, look everything, it's not going to end there. They have to get clarification, and I have to make sure that every single human being that brings something into this country, legitimately, does not go through what I go through, does not feel what I feel.
You don't want them to experience.
No, it is not a nice feeling.
No, it is not.
Junior, it's not a nice feeling to go down to Custom House, you know. It is not, you know. Because they try to intimidate you all the way. They try to make you feel that you have committed the biggest crime on this earth for a simple thing as a sex toy.
Wow. Hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. Even if it's a one-on-one with a senior officer and you explain to him and you see that he's at least attentive to what you're saying. You say, okay, well, right. What is the way it's being done? And the intimidation that goes with it, and the way they make you feel, and they always want to correct you. I tell you, when the officer, I can't remember his name now, and I wouldn't call his name, but I'm trying to remember. When he say that this law is since time immemorial, I have to tell him, I say, you know what time immemorial means?
The thing about it is the negativity that you get from
the intimidation, the negativity, and how they make you feel.
Okay, we'll tell you what we are going to do is go back to the lines. Hello and welcome to Sexplosion. Good evening. Could you pull the volume down on your radio for us a bit? Thank you very much. Yes, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Could you pull the volume down on your radio and listen to us on the phone, because we are getting a serious feedback? Thank you very much. Okay. They did the next best thing.
Yeah, if you're calling, please take the volume down on your radio. We get serious feedback because we wear headphones in the studio.
And
it's not nice.
No, at all.
It's like somebody scraping your brain. No, that's what it feels like.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Sexplosion.
Yes, sir. Of course. They didn't give him back all. Some of them were stolen. Yeah, but it was commanded that they give back all. No. It was commanded that they give him back all. But, of course, senior people stole certain things. But, at the end of the day, he didn't do anything wrong. He went it in court. Well, he was supposed to get back every single thing. Some people pocket certain things. Mr. Booz and Warren, Mr. Booz and I are very good friends. Yes. No, we are very good friends.
Okay, family.
I can't deny my friendship with somebody.
No.
I can't.
I know him very well.
No, he's my very good friend.
Yeah, I know him. As a matter of fact, he writes music as well. We have friends as well.
No, he's a very good friend of mine.
He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. Anyway, folks, taking our time, wow, time flies, boy.
Yeah, we're almost done. I don't want people to sympathize with me because you think that something was done to me. This is not about Giriraj Ramnanan. This is about the law of the country that has been broken by custom officers based on their whims and fancy. And it does not affect me alone. It has affected most of Trinidad and Tobago, of the population that has brought back something of a sexual nature and have had it seized. That's what it is about. Don't focus this on me. I don't want sympathy.
No.
I want your support so that we change a law that is draconian, a law that is causing undue stress on our public. That's what I want. So I want every person tonight to make a note that tomorrow I'm going to send a letter to the editor. Tomorrow I'm going to send an email to the Guardian, the Express, and the Newsday. Tomorrow I'm going to call the editor of these newspapers to have something done. If not tomorrow, Monday morning. Call them from your office, call them from your home, call them from your cell phone, call them from your car. Well, of course, make sure it's hand-free. Call them and tell them, how do I get my letter published? How do I get myself published on your newspaper? Because I am in support of what Dr. Raj is doing. I don't want there to be a ban on adult toys. I'm an adult and I must have the right to buy that. That's what I want. And I want to see how many people out there are true supporters of this program, are true supporters of truthfulness and the right. Your right, not my right.
No, but of course, yeah.
You're right, because when I treat a patient and a patient have to get a product, it is not for my benefit. I might make a few dollars because I have to make a profit. But it is not for my benefit. The benefit is of the patient. So every single patient that needs to use a product, fight for them. Every single man and woman out there who needs to buy a product to comfort themselves, to give themselves pleasure, fight for them. Every single person out there who needs it for treatment and a medical reason, fight for them. And that's when you know you're fighting for something right. This is not about Raj Ramnanan and Giri Raj Ramnanan. I am taking the forefront because I have the testicular fortitude to do it. Nobody else does.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it, because I have the balls to do it.
You've been listening to Sexplosion on Power 102.1 FM with the only sexologist in the Caribbean, Dr. Raj Ramnanan of Total Image and their Down Therapy Center. And I always look forward to having his company here on a Friday evening here with me. Well, here's where I make my way out as well. And for those of you who are traveling on the roadways, but before leaving, just to remind you folks again, I'm a culture person. Don't forget Pan on the Avenue tomorrow night or tomorrow evening.
Oh, I will be there.
From 6:30. Yeah. And for those of you on the roadways, feel free. Don't forget, driving is a privilege. You know that, right? If you're good to it, it's gonna be good to you. Don't drink and drive. So until next time, I'm Junior Saldana, family.
Good
Take
night.
care of yourself and each other. Do have yourselves a beautiful day tomorrow. Hey, love you.
Yeah, come now on the avenue tomorrow.
Well, I'll catch you in time, boy.
12 o'clock on the dot.
We now begin our overnight broadcast of BBC Radio 98.7 FM. Keep up to date on the world's most current news stories right here on Power 102. Empowering you.